that helps.
It's gonna happen.
All right. So, as we left off last time, after the great party appearance by Chomp and Salai, everybody else settled in for a nice stakeout in the ruins of the villa. And around what you might consider midnight, by the stars and the little bit of moon you can see, it's kind of a little bit of a cloudy night, you started to see movement. Immediately, one that you recognize, the first movement you see is Galen, kind of coming in at the end of the ruins. And then you start to see figures moving out of the trees, dressed darkly, with kind of flattened purplish green faces, slightly pointed ears, armored with swords. I don't know if anybody of you would recognize these, but if anybody wants to, you can roll a history check, see if you know what's going on.
I want to.
Go for it.
I have 15.
10. You're not quite sure. Quintus, you recognize these as hobgoblins, you're pretty sure. They're roughly the size of a human or elf, a little bit broader built, and not nearly as big as an orc, but you see that they're moving in pairs, kind of slightly separated from each other.
I'll just kind of whisper to the group, hobgoblins, this far in the city. Hobgoblins.
Something else.
Yes.
So to keep them coming.
As you watch, two of the pairs kind of spread out a little bit, kind of a pair on either side. The other pair, one in front of the other, starts to walk up to Galen, and they start conversing in low voices.
Does anyone want to sneak up there so we can listen?
Like get somebody
I can try.
polymorph
She
or
would volunteer.
She's
very,
sneaky.
Yeah, she's very apt with her stealth.
Rolling sneaky.
Yeah, I'll try.
In fact, yeah, sneaky people go. She could cast
You're not
Pass
sneaky.
Without a Trace.
I would do.
that would be great.
Good at the talking, not at the sneaking.
Then, yeah, I
We
believe
should
that's.
cover both of us.
Well, the Pass Without a Trace gets.
It's like
Use the whole party.
Yeah.
Within
It gets
like,
within
10 feet?
30.
30 feet.
30?
30 feet.
Up to
So
an
as
hour
long
within
as
30 feet.
You
Yeah.
and her are sticking together.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, she'll get rid of 2 key points to cast Pass Without a Trace.
All right.
Darkness kind of pulls in and then slowly ebbs out as she channels her key. So we'll get a +10 to whatever we roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, go ahead and roll, you two. Pass without a trace is fun.
Oh, God, that's cocked.
Oh,
Would have been a 19.
30, okay.
Oh, but it's a nat 20 now.
All right.
So 30.
30.
Or actually, no, wait.
Or 30
I was
something.
about to say, yeah, her stealth is very good. 36.
36 and 30. Okay, so the rest of the group watches as Shay, your new monk, kind of friend, acquaintance anyway,
Yeah.
and Roland. Strangely, especially for Roland, since he's dressed in fairly nice clothes, some of it bright, they both kind of meld into the long grasses and bushes around the area, and you cease to see them after about 5 feet. The two of you, yeah, you can probably get close. Both roll a perception check to see what you hear as you get closer.
12.
That is 13.
Okay. You don't catch everything. And it might be because while the hobgoblin that is talking seems to be speaking in common, they are. It's also fairly heavily accented. But what little snippet you definitely do catch is, do you have the goods? Do you have what we need? And then you hear Galen's. He seems to nod and kind of mutters something under his breath and starts to turn around for a kind of a sack near his side and starts to rummage around through it. So it seems like there's a deal going down.
Should
Should we attack?
or follow, let them follow.
No.
Because you could let them know. You're fairly close up to them now. Let's say you probably went around behind and you're somewhere around that tree, all the way to the left there. Yeah, that like right around there.
Right around.
Right around there. Yeah. And then Shay's character's right behind the wall here. Yeah, so right there.
Would she be around the same area?
Yeah, around the same area. There's grasses and bushes and things out there. So just kind of hiding out there. Yes, so what would you like to do? You do have your communication right on, so you can.
Yeah.
Shay can't right now, but you could communicate with the rest of your.
Okay, I can tell. Yeah. All right. They're making a deal, and Galen is getting ready to give them something, we think.
So, should we just? We could, but we could also follow them, and maybe they have one magic item somewhere else.
Take one.
Follow the hobgoblins?
Yeah, follow the hobgoblins.
What do they think about taking?
Who's taking
What do you
the
think about taking one
or
of them
who's taking the
captive?
item?
Yeah, we could take one of the captive.
I think we should kill all of them except for maybe.
Okay.
And then maybe kill that.
Later, yeah, later.
Okay, Quintus says, as long as we keep one of their skulls, I can speak with them later.
Okay.
Sounds like I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell me what you know.
Oh, yeah, she's all about, she would be very happy to just always
Have a
be
Hamlet thing going on.
Okay, so I got-
But,
What are we gonna do with Galen?
If any of the magic people could, so maybe start this off.
Yes. If any of the magic people could do something to like start it and get things going.
I can get one of the hobgoblins to attack another one, so it doesn't attack directly first.
Yeah, fight.
And what are we gonna do with Galen? Galen was handing them
Yeah,
an object?
he's going. It seems like he's going into a kind of a largish sack that's near his side, and he's reaching down into it. As you're kind of discussing this a little back and forth for about a minute, he finds something and seems to pull out an entire staff from the bag and start handing it to him.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Galen's on the list now.
And then goes back into and starts rummaging around in the bag. So he's handed over one item. What are you gonna do? Seems to be more.
Surprise attack, anyone?
Yeah, I think
Crown
so.
of Madness, or?
I think, are we gonna let the
direct?
magicians start this out?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
hold and wait.
Yeah.
But I guess, does she have any sort of ranged attack? Well, with a, so you tell me, with a 36 stealth, would it be conceivable for Shay to be able to get within range of one of these people?
I mean,
She can also travel through shadows.
well, it is very dark out. There is clouds, as I said.
So she could like pop to this end or something.
Yeah, that she could because she's way of the shadow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so she could definitely do that.
So you would lose your, plus
I
10,
could Misty
but
step to right there, I think.
that
No,
would
that's too
that
far.
would reveal you also.
Yeah, and that's
Yes,
also too
because there
far.
would be a
Yeah.
But
flash of
you
mist.
lose your plus 10, but you still have 20. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she just get into position and hold. So she just kind of like melts into the shadows and will reappear
Yeah.
on the back end because she doesn't want anyone to get away.
And I'll stay over where I am and hold. Okay.
Yeah, we're just
Alright.
waiting for our party to pop it off.
Okay.
Alright, what are you gonna do? Are you
Who's
gonna-
popping it off?
Are you gonna?
Who's casting fireball?
If I had it, man, would I?
guess to start it off, we want to be just like a
Boom.
big boom. Yeah.
Big body. The only thing I could do is spirit guardians, or I'd have to get up close for
Might
that.
do a like an ice knife.
Do what's
Ice knife explosion.
Why not imagine something like hit a couple of them or something?
Well, because ice knife has a 5-foot radius that it explodes out.
Ooh, actually, could I do slow? It's a 120-foot range and it's a 40-foot cube.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
cast slow.
Do you think I could get them? I've got like superior dark vision. So
It's a 40-foot cube. You could. Yeah, because it's kind of it's not total darkness right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're within a 40-foot cube.
Then yeah, I might pop this off with a slow.
All right. As you are deciding this, though, you do see Galen come out of the bag once more with something you can't tell in his hand, and hands it seems to be small over a second one, and then once again it goes back in.
Absolutely, that's when
Okay.
I'll pop off the slow. Just raise the claret symbol. Dark red light spills out, and then it goes off.
Okay. What's the DC for slow?
My spell is 15. It is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. All right. Let's see.
For all of that.
Fail. Fail. That one's cocked. Fail. Succeeds. Fails, and last one also fails. Okay.
All but one, yeah.
One of them
So
succeeded.
that means they've got a -2 penalty to their AC and dexterity
Yeah.
saving throws.
And like 5
Can't
other
use
events.
reactions.
Put
They
this
can only do
On
one
the
attack
far
in
one,
a turn.
that's
and
one.
then
No,
bonus
the one all the way to my left. Yeah, right there. So that's the one that's not slowed.
That's awesome.
Capture kill Galen.
It was just easier.
Yeah, I think we're trying to capture Galen and one hobgoblin, or
I'm just gonna try to kill
It is happening now,
See what
so,
Crom's gonna do.
uh,
All those promises going in.
Okay.
I can always, we can spare the dying.
Because that was kicking it off, I'll give everybody one surprise round, so go. Before we roll initiative. So yell it out to me as you think of it.
Longbow.
Longbow, okay, who are you targeting?
That one right there.
Okay, shoot.
18.
You have advantage.
I do.
And you do have advantage, yeah.
because it's not.
So, yeah, roll again to see
Yeah,
if you...
let's see if you get a crit, because rogue crits are
18.
monsters.
18 plus 6 would be 24.
Yeah, it'll hit.
And-
Roll for damage with sneak attack.
Oh, yeah, so that's one.
So give some d6s.
12. And 4, 16.
16, okay.
Yeah.
As they, a bunch of them seem to suddenly shift uncomfortably, what seems to be the leader of the group looks behind him, and as he does, a arrow from Roland's longbow comes across and jams into his right shoulder. 16. That was pretty good hit. Okay. And the rest of them are kind of looking around now. Who else wants to
As
go?
they start looking
I'll do
around.
Crown of Madness on the one that
Go
just
ahead.
got shot.
Crown of Madness?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's be 14.
He's 14 wisdom?
Yep.
No. These are not very wise hobgoblins. All right. Crown of Madness, what is...
I draw a crown over his head. Or I
Okay.
draw something that goes over to his head. Before he takes his action, or target must use his action on each of his turn to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that I choose.
Okay.
I'll make an attack whoever's closest to him.
The one behind him. All right. As this flaming kind of glowing crown appears above his head, he closes his eyes for a second, turns around, and takes a swipe at the... it's got to be on his turn. So we'll wait for that. That'll be his turn on his turn. Okay. Who else?
Shay's
Quintus
gonna
or Shay? Yeah.
Yeah, Shay's gonna punch. I figure Quintus' surprise is probably slow. So.
That's right. That's true. Yeah. All right.
But
Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing advantage because super hit. So yeah, she's just going to with her fist. Why not? That is 18 plus. So I'm sure that hits.
Yeah.
For the second one, that is 15 plus 8. Yeah. So I think both of those hit.
Okay.
Don't look at Sorry.
Roll some damage.
6 plus 10 is 17 damage on the first 2 hits, and then she'll just use her bonus action to do one more pop.
Okay.
Not flurry of blows. Just,
Not flare blows,
just
just
extra.
Okay.
That is 15 plus 8. So
That'll hit.
another hit. 6 plus 5, that's 11 more damage, so a total of 28 damage on
Okay.
this one.
The closest one there?
Yes.
Yeah.
She just pops up out of the
So the
shadows
rest of-
and assaults him.
As the crown appears after the arrow hits, and Shay almost immediately just bam, bam, bam. You see the one in the very back of the group get just rocked back, kind of stumbles backwards a little bit. His short sword kind of falling to his side, but still in his grip. Okay. Who else hasn't done anything yet? Yes.
What's the yellow marker?
That is the only one that isn't slowed.
Everything else is
Everything else is.
They also have Crown of Madness.
And he also has Crown of Madness, which
I mean, yeah, he's the special one. Maybe the yellow is just Crown of Madness because we know he's not.
we can
slow.
just, yeah, he's also Crown.
So not bad time that guy.
Can you
Yes.
describe the trees?
The trees, they're fairly good-sized trees in this area. Some of the ones around the ruins are a little smaller than the ones further off, but they're still 25, 30 feet tall. They have long, smooth trunks that go up into kind of spreading limbs about no less than 15 feet tall. There's not a lot of low limbs on these.
Could Crom like dash through that area where the wall, the little low wall?
Yeah,
is?
you could get through there without a problem, I believe. So
Alright, Tom,
what's
what are you gonna do?
what's Crom's movement?
Oh, I'm 40, but I mean I could, if I dash, I could make it.
Yeah, because with 40 you could make it to about there.
Okay. I'll just dash then.
All right, to the nearest one then.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it. Okay.
I'll be there ready.
Sirithus, you're in a wall still, so what do you want to do?
That tree right there. That one's similar to what you
And
described.
right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Boop.
Look at something weird.
Okay.
Or attempt something weird. All right, I'm right here.
Yes.
How far can I get? 5. How far is that to me?
40, 45.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna activate my belt.
Okay.
How far can I get right here?
It's Misty Step, right?
Yeah,
It's 30 feet, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah, so 6 squares.
Yeah, here.
I'll go there. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Suggestion on him.
On which one? The on Galen?
Galen.
All right, go for it.
You sit in the corner for 8 hours.
Save Wisdom 14.
Save Wisdom 14.
Please fail, because I want him to do this.
I can do cutting words as a reaction.
Is Galen slowed?
Ooh. Yeah.
Should I do
Saved.
cutting words?
Sorry.
It's all right.
Well, you did your surprise. We're gonna roll initiative in just a second.
I'm gonna magic
Last one.
missile.
I'm gonna try it again. So this is gonna be. I want it to be cool.
Yeah.
So you don't have to work.
Yeah. See, that's why I need that cantrip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a 3rd level magic missile, and so I think that gives me 5 darts.
5 darts.
Yes. You get 3 normally, and 1 for each level up.
Yeah, that's right.
And well, and I'm also gonna run up.
I guess I would have had that said what I wasn't wanting to do. I'll tell you what I wanted to do in a second.
Okay.
Hey, could
didn't
Quint-
land, so.
Could Quintus have run his 25 feet up?
You could have, yeah. We're gonna, it is part of the round, so.
I'll just move here. Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
I guess I will. I'm gonna magic missile this guy behind. Has he been hit yet?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna just send.
This one.
I'm gonna send all the darts to that guy standing behind the crown of madness one.
Okay.
God, that's a lot.
The guy behind him,
That's a lot.
or the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy behind
yeah,
him,
this
yeah.
one right here.
His partner there.
I'm
Okay.
just
Do
gonna-
all of them?
All 5 of them. Yeah.
5 plus 5.
Good.
What are you
That
doing?
might be overkill and you wasted your.
It's,
Never mind.
I don't think it's gonna be overkill. But there is D4s.
Just go with what you need.
That's a 4.
Nice.
18 force damage.
To who?
That.
18 force damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what I told him to do just might affect what he decides to do after that. But I tried to make him climb a tree.
So you told him to climb a tree, but he kind of, for a moment, just was like, "Wait, what?"
Because that's why I asked describe the tree, because he's under it for 8 hours unless he succeeds in climbing that frickin' tree.
That's true.
Or takes damage or something like that.
In any case, you see, all see the magic 5 bolts of the magic missile kind of come out, rotate around each other, and all hit one after the other into the one behind. And everybody please roll initiative.
Alrighty.
All right, 20 through 25. 15 through 20.
19.
19
I got a 20.
and a 20.
Mm.
15 through 20.
18.
Yeah, that's the point. So you're an assassin? I love assassins.
Me
I
too.
played an assassin. They're so good.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, they haven't taken a
10 to
turn yet.
15.
It's automatic.
They have all the dice.
10 through 15. Anybody? 5 through 10? 8.
5 for Quintus. And 4 for Shay. She rolled a 1.
Okay. 5. And 4. Okay.
So, that's everyone but me, right?
Yeah. What was you?
2.
Yeah.
I'm so upset by that thing not working out.
It's just, why am I even here? I'm gonna go home.
I should have stayed at my damn wall.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you know that you did not roll the lowest.
What?
Wow,
Ooh,
that's good
good,
news.
good.
There were some of the hobgoblins that rolled a natural one that they
That's
have plus
incredible.
nothing. So,
Good for you guys.
yes. Okay. All right. So, Chomp, you are up first with a 20, right?
Yes, you
Yes.
Great.
Do it.
Yes.
And Roland, you are up next.
Alright.
And
all in one. So your assassinate will make it so your sneak attack is normal because you're natural.
So-
sneak attack, as long as someone's within 5
I'm
feet
going
or
to,
you have advantage.
I grab a vial out of my utility belt that says giant ape, and I drink it.
Oh, God.
And polymorph into giant ape.
You know, I had seen.
Yeah.
You're nowhere near me, guys.
You got
Oh,
your
yeah.
action.
Could you
Yeah.
please
Let's
replace
see, hide,
with this
Yeah.
guy?
disengage or dash.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Monkey knocked down tree.
All right. As,
It
you all-
reveals the bush spider.
as there's a lot of there's yelling going on and everything. Suddenly you hear kind of a
Oh
like this just weird
no.
sound.
Hand really quick.
Yes, it got out of hand really quick. And suddenly there is an ape, 12, 14 feet tall, just
Tiny dwarf
Just like-
man, just staring at like hate ass right now.
just like, oh my.
Oh no.
Now we.
Okay, so that's your action, right?
Yeah, that's my action, and he's just gonna jump over this thing, and
Ooh.
Step over it.
yeah,
Probably.
he's gonna go running up to here somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, he does the run up.
All right, Roland, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna use my blazing longbow, and he has not been had a current combat yet, so I'm gonna use assassinate, and that gives me what's that? I have advantage on attack rolls.
Oh, so it gives you the advantage.
Yeah. So. All right, so 13 plus that would be 16 to hit.
All right, and which one are you going for?
The one that hasn't been in combat yet.
I'm right back there. All right. Let's see. You said 16 to hit?
Yeah.
It does not hit.
He's got a -2 to his AC.
As
Yeah.
he has -2 to his AC.
Because of slow.
That's right. So it barely does. It just barely hits.
Like that.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So I get
I
my
totally
All
forgot
the
about the
little
negative.
things.
I get my
two.
sneak
All right.
attack, and I get an extra 10 with the blazing longbow. So.
And doesn't assassinate like give you like an insta crit?
I think
Yeah,
it
it does.
should.
yeah.
It's a critical hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means you will double
Double.
your sneak attack, double
Yeah.
your longbow, double your
Yeah, anything
weapon
with dice.
dice. Just
Oh.
don't double your plus with dexterity.
Yeah.
Add
This is a lot of dice.
Add the plus afterwards. But yeah, roll your dice.
Do you need D6s?
Yeah, please. All right. 4, 8,
Oh, good rolls.
12,
17.
15, and then I get to double, don't I?
Yep.
17, 19, 24, 29, 31,
So
and
that's
here's
all.
the 10.
That's your
yeah.
sneak attack.
Here's the 10 for the blazing longbow, and it gets an 8 too. That's good, so it's all up. So 5 for the longbow and 31 for the sneak attack. Yeah,
36 damage.
36 damage.
yeah.
As the blazing longbow
Thank
suddenly
you.
flashes
Good
and
work.
Thank you.
suddenly flashes and you see this flaming bolt go through the air. It hits him just off center in the armor and punches through, and you can hear him gasp for a second. And there's this flash and flare of fire, but he does not go down.
Hardy boys.
These are, and just from what you've heard about hobgoblins, you don't recognize them, you've never been around them, but these seem like they are some tough hobgoblins. Next is the goblin captain, who is not slowed, but it is the top of his turn, so he rolls wisdom saving throw for Crown of Madness.
He didn't attack the guy yet. Because you already failed his save.
Oh, that's right, yeah, so he's got to attack the guy with this thing, right? Okay. So he rolls is a 5 plus the
You rolled like a 13, right?
uh, 5 plus, let's see, where is this plus?
You hit it
There
right
it is
at
plus. So 11 to hit, it does not hit. So as he comes around, just still kind of shaking his head and swings at the guy behind him. Does he have to do this every time, or just the once?
I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
It's a wisdom saving throw every time he does. At the end of his turn or the top of his turn? I can't remember. Round of Madness.
At the end, this is
Yeah.
She's
Alright,
got
so,
good taste.
and he makes
She's
a
got good
saving
taste
throw
in
and
steel.
rolls 14 plus 0. But he meets it, right? And it's
Yep.
14? Yeah. So as he shakes it off, and after making his attack and the crown kind of dissipates, he turns back around with this angry look on his face to Crom. But that was his action, so. Let's see, who is up next? Crom is up.
Yeah. Okay. So Crom's like been waiting for this and has a lot of pent up energy and goes into a rage and recklessly attacks.
Okay.
14. And then roll. Let's see. Okay. 14 plus 8 is
22.
2. Yeah. 22.
That'll hit.
And with the Vindicator.
All right.
13.
13 points of damage. All right, with the first one coming across, he tries to dodge, but you've been waiting.
He was too busy attacking his friend.
He was too busy attacking his friend. As he turns around, you're just like,
Oh,
yes.
can I re-roll that? I can roll my dice damage.
Oh yeah,
Once
because
per-
yeah, one word. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, it turned into 13. 15.
15. Okay, so it actually 2. All right, cool.
Sorry.
Okay. Next step.
Extra attack.
Yep.
16 plus 8. That hits.
That'll hit.
Okay.
I think
Um,
you're looking for your reckless.
You are
Just
reckless,
to see if you
so-
crit.
Just so
I can only do it on the first one.
Oh, is it only on the first one?
No,
Yeah.
reckless is whole turn.
I thought it was whole turn.
It says when you
Take
when
the attack action, right? Which
the
gives
first
you
time
your,
you take the attack action.
yeah, attack action gives you your whole attacks. Like extra attack is in the attack action.
Yeah. If you have 2 attacks in your action,
When you
that's,
make your
that's
first
one
attack,
action.
you can decide to attack recklessly. Your advantage. Okay, if y'all say I could do it again, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
As written, it works.
Yeah, I keep.
Absolutely.
12.
Multiple crits.
18.
18. That was the second.
Like
That's
18
the 18
damage.
damage. Yes. Okay. 18 damage. Yeah, Crom comes across with just this massive greatsword like chunk of metal that she's wielding. He gets rocked back, but he just mostly looks angry at this point.
Can I hit him with my bracer?
Yeah, because it allows you an extra
Cool.
attack, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
You are up next. Go.
17 plus 8.
Go ahead.
Seven.
7. Okay, and one more just with the spike on the bracer, you kind of jab him in the collarbone, and he's like, ah. All right, Swat, you're up. And then Quintus, you're up next.
I guess.
And then Shay's up after that.
Lunge.
Quintus, do you know what you're gonna do?
Sort of.
Sort of. Does it require a roll?
Unlikely.
Okay. I guess I'll look at Sirtis. You can talk about this back and I'll say, your horns are just so shiny. What have you been doing? Oh, inspire him.
Inspire.
Using that oil again?
Okay.
We've
I
been
will
using that oil.
put this. I will tell him when he gets back. All right.
And yeah, that's it.
Inspired. Okay, Quintus.
Alright, he will throw out a second level spiritual weapon here. Just start
Right over there?
Yeah, just,
Okay.
just start engaging these guys. I can just put like dice there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, put a dice there, because I'm not, in what form does your spiritual weapon take? Because I'm interested.
Yeah, I've thought about that a little bit, and I think it would just be it would probably just be a scalpel-esque instrument, like not necessarily a medical scalpel today, but a
Okay.
very fine knife that is kind of just dripping with red.
Oh.
And that is what appears above them and then plunges downwards.
Okay. Go for it.
To
It's kinda creepy.
this guy in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Guy in the back?
Matron of Ravens.
Yes.
That is a 19
That'll hit.
plus 7. So yes.
It
Which
will
is
hit.
2d8 damage.
Yeah.
2d8 radiant damage.
All right.
That is a 6 plus 7, so 13
13.
radiant.
13 radiant damage. All right.
That is my bonus action.
As your action then.
And as my action, I will toll the dead, this guy. So wisdom saving throw.
The kind of leader guy?
chieftain
Okay.
guy.
Wisdom saving throw. All right. Let's
DC 15.
rolls an 8.
Okay, so that is a D12 damage because he has already been damaged.
Okay.
Just 2. 2 necrotic.
All right. As your,
I will move 4, 5.
as your spiritual weapon appears and stabs downward, and in the same moment you reach forward, gathering kind of this. Yeah,
It's like,
and
it's
this,
like a funeral bell that kind of tolls.
and just this like dark red crimson energy suddenly almost shatters around him.
We're getting
Oh.
emo again.
Yeah. He's taking some damage. All right, Shay's turn. Sirithis is up next.
Alright, Shay, because she won't back down from the fight, is going to get up in the middle of these two, just so she can hit whoever she pleases.
Okay.
And the one that looked like he got like really injured by that surprise fiery longbow shot. I think she's gonna
Yeah, the
go.
first one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's this one.
Yes, that one.
Okay, she'll go for him now with her first 2 attacks. Alright, she gets that's a plus 8 to these. 15 plus 8, 23, and 19 plus 8, 23. Both hit.
Yeah, that will hit. Yep.
That is 16 damage with the first 2 hits.
Damage. All right, with the first 2 hits, 16 damage. And as she does, no, not still up. Oh, and she's just like, because there's still a flaming arrow
Can
in
it
his
be-
chest, and he's kind of still staring at it, and she just pops and then like drives the other one in on the arrow and drives it through his chest, and he goes down.
Should I just...
Yeah.
and with she'll flurry of blows to attack him twice.
All right, go ahead and roll.
I need to mark the key. 2 attacks. That is a 9 plus 8, so 17.
17.
And a 7 plus 8, which is a 15.
17 hits, 15 does not.
Okay. So 1 hit.
You've been inspired, so there's your inspiration dice. You haven't come to your turn yet.
11 damage.
11 damage. All right. All right. As he is also hit a couple times, he's still barely up, but is kind of on his feet, just
Okay.
kind of swaying back and forth.
After this point, she's going to be trying to do non-lethal. She definitely killed that guy.
Oh, definitely,
But
like-
she's like, oh wait, I forgot.
There's a bit of
Take
flaming
one
arrows
alive.
sticking out
Yeah.
his back.
So yeah, she's gonna be going for non-lethal from now on. But
Okay. All right. Who is up? Oh, Surface is up.
I wanted to try that again.
Do the same thing. Okay. What's the DC?
No,
on
seriously. Climb that
Climb
tree.
that tree. What's the DC? What's the DC on the wisdom?
Well,
tree?
because I said that
tree there.
seriously, it changes it. No, it's 14.
He beats it again. I mean, he's not the wisest guy, but he's more wise than these hobgoblins. He's just like, one more time, why do you keep saying that? As he's just panicking, kind of looking around, clutching the
guy
bag.
with the crown of madness on?
No,
Oh.
the magical researcher who's here trying to make the trade.
Gotcha.
All right, now it is
Figured that's the way
most
to
of the
keep
hobgoblins' turn.
occupied for a while.
Let's see. The one next to Shay is going to take a swipe at her with his sword. That
Has he
is,
done anything?
and that is a natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
No, Galen. You guys watching this shit go down?
All right.
She's pretty bougie. She'll be fine.
So,
I distracted him.
where? There they are. I need one of these. And that is 11 points of damage. And he comes down and just... He's not very good on his feet right now, but he's very angry at this point. The next two... There's two near the spiritual weapon back, right back here. They're going to run up. The first one's going to attack Crom. Actually, you know what? No, they're both going to attack the giant ape who has run up. They jump the kind of low, crumbled wall there. If you could move them forward just to the ape, and they're both going to take an attack.
Get there, even at their speed.
Yes. Okay. And that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And a natural 20.
Dang.
That also rolls.
Yeah.
They'll put
I
a
made sure I was rolling with a good one. today.
Minuscule dent into your massive HP.
Okay.
And you can make con saves with the ape's constitution.
But also, because they are near each other, they have martial advantage. They're within 5 feet of each other, so. So that's altogether 33 points of slashing damage as they come up, and it's like they're moving in like formation almost. They strike at the same moment, and yes, they are angry. This one in back of the guy with the yellow on moves up to right next to him, and he's gonna also take an attack at Crom. And that is, ooh, not rolling good this time. That is a 9 to hit.
That's not.
Okay, so as he slashes forward, just kind of in a panic, you're easily able to kind of dodge out of the way. But it is now back to the top, and it is Chomp's turn.
Cool. Where did that one moved up to?
Oh, yeah, he
Next to
just
me.
moved up one
Like,
one spot. So there, yeah.
And is that one knocked down over there? He did, or?
Yeah, he did. He very did.
Well, giant ape chomp is going to. Guess I'm going to make one fist attack each at the two that hit me.
All right, go for it.
Bam, bam. The first one, that's a 28 to hit.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
Just a measly little bit of that. It's not
Just a little bit.
What? Did you roll the?
Um, $21 bludgeoning damage.
21 bludgeoning damage.
No, just on the
for
first
one.
one.
All right. All right, you come down and you hit him. He's able to dodge a little bit, but he definitely catches a lot of it. But isn't down yet.
And then I'm gonna attack. I don't know if that's the one on the left or the right.
We'll say it was the one on the
only
right.
one I use.
Yeah. I was thinking right hand, left hand.
And the other one is a 16 to hit.
That'll hit. Just hits.
Also, the slowed ones, they can make a save at the end of their turn.
Oh yeah. Okay. I should
So,
make a save for them.
It's 15.
Fail. Natural 1. Fail. And okay, so the one next to the captain is now also not slowed.
Okay.
Actually, we'll mark him too. He's not slowed. 'Cause there's- yeah.
And for the other fist attack, that's 35 weapon damage. I rolled 2
They
10s.
shoot for
Let me-
31
I
together.
gotta check what his
with a
hit points
crit.
are. Okay. Okay. 35.
Almost like-
Yeah.
As you come down with the other one, you're this giant ape is obviously left-handed, because if he comes down with the left hand, it's just like, and he kind of crumples to one knee, and it's just like
hammer him into the ground like a nail.
I mean, everything looks like a nail to a giant ape. Yes. Okay. Okay, Roland, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna longbow the captain.
Okay, go for it.
9 and
Mhm.
12.
12 does not hit.
Wait, that's 9 plus 6, right?
Oh yeah, I can't do math today.
15. but
15.
I don't think that-
Also
I don't
does
think
not hit.
that- Yeah.
As he's seen a couple of them come out and strike himself and another and others, he's kind of gotten an eyeball on where you're at, and he sees you drawing and immediately kind of dodges a little bit.
All right. As my bonus action, can I dash to this tree?
Oh, you have movement still, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you do diagonal?
yeah, I do diagonals or just 5. Yeah, it's just
20,
easier.
25, 30.
Yeah, you can get
Yeah.
right behind that tree there.
Without using, and I guess changing of position, you could bonus action hide.
You could bonus
Yeah,
action.
I'm gonna
hide.
bonus action
All right,
hide.
roll a stealth check real quick.
20.
20. Good to know. All right.
So we're within 30 feet now.
It is
so that's
now
30.
the Hobgoblin Captain's turn. Crom, you're up next.
So I understand.
And he's going to take his 2 greatsword attacks at you as he brings up his sword. You realize it's quite a bit bigger than the long swords the others are carrying.
Yeah, he does get it.
And he does have advantage, right? Yeah, because, yeah. So his first attack. Let me bring up his stats. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Well, actually, yeah, 23 to hit. For. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how.
All right, so give me a second here. And first one is 19 points of piercing damage.
Yeah. I have resistance.
Yes,
and-
so that's down to
Down to
9.
Yeah.
Second one is a 16 to hit.
Huh?
16
Oh,
to
no,
hit?
that doesn't hit.
Oh wait, is he still at?
Yeah. He gets it.
Yeah, he still gets advantage. So that's a 20 to hit actually.
That hits.
Okay. 4. And for another 16 points of piercing, down to 8 points of piercing damage. He's very angry and was not expecting any of this.
Nobody expects giant monkeys.
The giant ape.
The giant ape inquisition.
Okay, and that's gonna be his. Okay. That's gonna be his.
So it says I'm huge. So does that mean I take up 10 by 10 square?
Technically, yeah, you would take up. Yeah, you're actually bigger than that figure, definitely.
Yeah.
It's just that's a giant ape.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
already saved from the crown of madness, right?
Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah, he's safe from the crown of madness. Yeah. That's why he was able to attack. And then yeah, it's Crom's turn. Saw you up.
Alrighty.
Next.
So I can reckless attack
I didn't
again
finish that
then, right?
sentence.
Absolutely.
Oh.
But you're having
Do it
advantage.
reckless.
Yeah. Okay, that's better. 18 plus whatever to hit.
Yeah, I'll hit.
Okay.
You're going after the captain in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 14, 16.
16 points of damage. Okay. Where is his damage? There it is. All right.
24 to hit again.
24 to hit again? Yeah, that'll hit.
16 damage.
16 damage. Okay. As you come across with two more, like he's still obviously very angry, but you're seeing like there's where you cut him across the collarbone, and like his left shoulder armor is pauldron. That's the word I'm looking for. It has kind of halfway come loose, and you can see blood kind of seeping out from in there. He's looking fairly like he's looking pretty rough.
And can I use my bonus action to frenzy attack?
Yeah.
Do I get to roll that with advantage or not? I'm making another attack.
It's a different attack.
Turn.
It's still your turn.
I thought it was all attacks. on
If
your
it's-
turn.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
read
'cause
the
we-
thing and
we
it
read it,
says,
yeah.
it says
It's
for
on-
your
you
turn.
do it on your- you do it on your
so
first
it's
attack,
not like on
yeah.
reactions. You don't get it on
17
reactions.
hit him?
17 does not hit.
Okay. Well.
As he's kind of rocking back one more, you're in such a rage that you kind of just whiff on the last one. But, Salai, you're up.
I'm gonna sneak behind that tree, and I'm gonna
Quintus, you're up next.
I'm gonna sneak behind that tree so I can move right there, and then I'm gonna look at the captain's buddy that's standing next to him that isn't
Uh-huh.
charmed, and be like, I just heard from your mother. She's really sick. You should go check on her. And then he's not gonna react. And I'm just gonna make a really high-pitched noise in his ears, and I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers to make him
Okay.
third level. So he has to beat a Wisdom save of 14
He does not save.
or that. Right, he takes 15 psychic damage, and he must immediately take his turn to run away.
He must immediately
Yeah, use his
Take his
reaction.
reaction to run away. Could somebody, let me see, what's his speed? Could somebody move him 30 feet
Just
away?
away from Salai.
Just, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
He'd probably avoid running straight into Shay.
Yeah, he would just be lying. And now there's nobody within 5 feet of the captain.
So where was he? He was standing in melee range.
Yeah, he
Did I
was,
get
yeah,
a
so you get
opportunity?
you do get an attack of opportunity on him.
18 plus 8.
That'll hit.
He also took 15 psychic. Did you?
Yes, I put that on.
11.
11.
Nice.
Whew. I mean, he's, as you take your swipe at him, like, you can see he's limping away like this as fast as he can afterwards, but he's still up. He is still up. Quintus, you're up.
Shit.
Shay is
Escape.
on deck. So, go for it.
Well, maybe-
Quintus
maybe-
is just
Maybe
going
one.
to bonus action. The sword will fly up to 20 feet, so it'll
Mhm.
just go here, or the scalpel.
Yeah.
And once again, just like stab down into his back, like tear.
Okay.
Or at least I hope it does. Let's roll. That is 8 plus 7. That is just a 15.
That just misses. As it comes down, they're kind of wary of everything right now. They're freaking out,
That's
and it just
unfortunate. Well, he'll
just like between his legs as he kind of dodges backwards.
he'll just follow up with a Toll the Dead on the same one.
Same one? Okay.
Wisdom saving throw 15.
And that was cocked. And natural one.
He takes 8 necrotic.
8 necrotic.
Yes.
All right. He, as the bonging bell sound tolls one more time, and you see the dark red energy kind of gather and disperse around him. He sways on his feet. He's still up, but just barely.
Gotcha.
It is now Shay and Circus. You're up next.
Shakes will circle around now that there's another target, and seeing how horribly weak he is, just like pop him upside the head to try and knock him out.
All right, make a attack roll. First attack.
Let's see. That is a natural 20.
Yeah.
He has 1 hit point left, so
It was only.
but you were gonna try to knock him out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm non-lethal.
you can lay him down. We'll just hand me the other one that's actually dead. And we'll just take him off. That way we can remember who's unconscious and who's dead.
Alright, and as she like just kind of circles around this guy and just blind punches that one out, she's going to just you're next and continue with the guy she's been fighting.
Right hand, left hand.
Attempting to knock him out as well. She's trying to take prisoners
Roll
for.
punch the lefty.
That is 16 plus 8
That'll hit.
for second attack, which does 6 damage.
6 damage. And
Is it
which
still
one was
up?
that? That was the guy that was still up. Yeah. Let me see. No, that as she does, he goes. He, for a minute, he like smiles, and then the look in his eyes of consciousness and understanding goes out, and he is out. Did you also want to non-lethal on that one? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Then anybody
we
laying
can
down?
threaten some of them with the pain of others. Is what she says.
Is what she says.
And then she's got monk movement, so
Yes.
she'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, shit.
Just get over here, just
Okay.
to get up close and personal.
Okay. Cool. Cirthus, you're up. Chomp, you're not quite on deck because the hobgoblins had their turn next, but you are.
Wait, she still has an attack.
Oh, just
Yeah,
well,
that
if
was
you do
just.
flurry of blows.
Well, no, you.
Or you
as
could
a
do
bonus
a
action,
bonus
you just
action
get
attack,
a
yeah.
pop. Yeah, I mean, there's no
Go
reason
for it.
not to hit him, right?
Okay.
That's cocked. 17 plus 8. Yeah, 25.
25 will hit, yeah.
That's 11 damage.
11 damage.
Still trying to do
You
nothing.
pop him in the kind of the back of the head this time as you run up. As Shay runs up, he just goes, but is still up.
He's taking a shit ton of damage.
He's
Yeah.
pretty tough.
He's having a bad time.
He's in charge here. Surface, go for it.
Shoot him.
Eldritch
2
Blast.
separate bolts. Yeah. One at him.
Okay. One at the captain or one at?
Yeah, one at the cap. Yes.
Yes.
And one.
Why do you want to do
There's
non-lethal?
1 or 2
Because
over
you
there.
can do non-lethal.
There's
dagger.
2 of them on
So
the
use
other
it.
side of the 8 there.
I'm gonna
You also
try
have
to hit
inspiration.
that.
If you want to
You
use
also
probably
do
pretty
have
scared.
an inspiration to roll if you want.
Yeah. Your stealth.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit the one that looks like it's most hurt.
Okay.
Well, it's better
There,
than
there. Fucking missed.
It's 2 bolts. I mean, it's kind of an off day, and the giant ape is getting in the way totally. So you can understand why you do.
be able to assassinate non-lethally.
All right.
Yeah, that
The
works.
last 2 hobgoblins also make an attack at the giant ape.
He's in range there.
And as they do, the captain yells out something
Galen hasn't
in
taken
Goblin.
any
Does anybody speak
damage
I
Goblin?
know, we're just
No? Anybody speak
Anybody
Goblin?
speak goblin?
Anybody speak Goblin?
Anybody have goblin?
You don't need to, I'm just wondering. But as they're about to attack, the captain looks over at them and yells something out in Goblin. And that's a 15 to hit the giant ape.
That hits the giant ape.
Alright, and I'm gonna just do both of them at the same time here. And that is 10 to hit the giant ape.
That does not.
All right, so the first one does hit, and that is. Ten slashing damage.
Okay.
Yes.
Change back to drop zero.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's not a lot of them left. So that is their turn. Chomp, you're up.
They do get wisdom saves to get out of the slow.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot they were slow. Fail and a fail.
Cool.
All right. I'm gonna do a fist attack on the two again.
Okay.
The first one is a 20.
That'll hit.
Uh, 27.
Yeah, that's the second. That's the amount of
first
damage.
one, yeah.
Yeah, he's as you know he like parts of him turn into a fine mist.
Yay.
It's just other parts of him turn into a not so fine mist. There's just globs of hobgoblin around in some armor with a long sword at the side. But the second one.
And the second one, oh,
Oh.
that is a natural 1.
So you two, you kind of trip forward and fall prone. Could somebody take off the hobgoblin closest to me, and also, yeah, there you go.
There
That'll
you
work.
go.
Well, that, you know.
Everyone hears a thunderous crash, and the crowd kind of
It
shakes.
almost goes backwards onto Quintus. In fact, make a dexterity saving throw. I want to see if it does fall, because you were
Oh,
right
yeah,
behind
I
him.
am right behind.
And it is huge. So
It was a big monkey. That is
Roland, you're up next.
12 plus 2, 14.
14. Yeah, you're able to just kind of
It's like,
Just like,
I pretty much catch myself like this because I was
Yes.
just right. Like if
Just
that
like
wasn't
up to
there,
the wall.
I was gonna go down.
Yeah. Okay. And Roland, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna longbow on.
Well, there's two left. So there's the one hobgoblin, and then there's the captain.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for this hobgoblin.
Go for it from behind the tree.
Well, I'll step out a little.
Oh yeah. But,
You can step me out. please.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Either way, you could go for it.
Your stealth, so you have advantage.
It's true. Yeah.
Alright, so 9 plus 6 is so 15.
15 just misses.
Yeah.
on these guys. Yeah. 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 You gotta get up in person.
I like my longbow.
It's fair. You haven't
Yeah.
taken any damage.
I mean, exactly.
It works.
Yeah.
It's a real rogue move. Okay. Do you want to make any movement?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide again.
Hide. Okay. You roll. Go ahead and roll another stealth check.
9, 17.
Okay. Good enough. The captain is going to make his first attack at Kron. There's 11 to hit.
Nope.
Does not hit. Wait, were you
She
did you
did
attack reckless last time?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is not an 11 hit. That is a 16 hit.
Yep.
Okay, also does not hit. His second one, as he swings and kind of just misses you, he turns around and takes a swing at Shay
Oh.
because she punched him in the back of the head, and that's not cool.
Fair. Fair.
And that is a 17 to hit.
Yes. That hits.
Okay. And that is 35 points of
Ouch.
piercing damage. Yeah, he's pretty good. All right. believe Crom's up. Yeah, Crom's up.
Reckless
And Slider next.
18. 18 plus 8. And,
Oh, yeah.
and then reroll. I don't know. I'm gonna take my first one. Okay, 8. 15.
15 damage to the cap.
Yep.
Okay.
Like dedicated to taking them down. Okay, extra.
As you do, on your first hit, he, looking pretty bloody, as you come down, his shoulder, you can see it dislocate, and it goes into it, and as he looks up at you, just kind of spits at you, and slides off the blade and backward, and he's dead. So they hand me the captain there. He's very, very dead. All right.
I think there was one.
And then there was one.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yep.
Second attack.
Okay. So still recklessly,
Mm-hmm.
right? 22 to hit. And 13 damage.
13 damage. All right. Let's see what he was left at.
Couldn't be much with the monkey and the spear.
Yeah, it's not. And as you come across one more time, just angry, he also just is like almost split in half as you come through, like with a baseball swing.
Nice.
So, there you go.
Um,
And that, I believe,
I've still got movement.
you do have movement, that is all the ones that are left standing.
Well, Galen.
Is it?
Yes.
Besides
Because
Galen.
I'm raging, frenzying, and
Yeah.
reckless attacking. So
Yeah, you can- I
I'm
mean,
gonna
you can-
run toward him because I'm just indiscriminately
All
hitting
right,
things that
you
aren't
got movement.
my friends.
You got the movement.
Oh, I don't get it.
Okay.
No.
You know,
It's
okay.
terrible.
And as you
I
as you're
wish
just
you
like,
climbed that fucking tree.
and you just come across, and he's like, and as he ducks, the Vindicator is like stuck into the wall next to him. And yes.
Cool.
So, just one sec. Okay. And just as a side note, though, as you have killed these last two next to you, expecting maybe some of that same high you had gotten last time,
Yeah.
you don't feel it this time.
Okay. I
And
was
it's-
wondering about
it's
that.
It's a big letdown, actually. Like
Yeah.
you're kind of like you're feeling the adrenaline, but it is not the same.
So how does that work?
Well, it's not on your description, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, it says spectral aura.
Well, the spectral that you can enable, I believe, as a
Okay, I forgot about that.
yeah, the spectral aura you can as a bonus action you can
Oh, okay.
you can enable that, and it wreathes you in black flame, and
I do extra. Oh man.
yeah, you can do
Forgot
extra
about it.
Is
damage.
this a Lowell's weapon?
Yeah.
No, it actually
No?
this
Oh, okay.
she doesn't know exactly what this is.
Okay, interesting.
She found it
thinks it
embedded
is.
in
She's
an
like, I
ancient
don't- I
demon's
think-
skull.
Oh, that's where that. Yeah, that's right. I forgot
I
where
don't
that came
remember.
After she took it out, the demon skeleton.
from. When we were
Okay.
exploring the
disintegrated.
giant pyramid thing.
Sounds like a bad time,
Yeah.
this weapon.
We almost walked out without taking it because we were like, "This
Mm.
room is really creepy. Let's go and not touch anything."
Damn.
Also,
Of course they
it's been giving her highs when she kills things. so-
Okay, yeah.
Sometimes.
Are we out of initiative now?
You are now out of initiative, as you can hear. There's a breeze that's picked up, a little bit of thunder in the distance.
Quintus will just say, "Hey, make sure our friend doesn't go anywhere," and he is going to, with Shay, go tie up the two who are unconscious and also heal her.
Okay.
He'll do a level 4 cure wounds because she is actually quite.
And I begin ritual casting comprehend languages, followed by detect magic. Oh, and I tell my bird,
If anybody's
to
got some heels.
keep an eye out for any other friends
I will help you in just
Okay.
a
that
moment.
might come and visit.
In any case, as everybody's giving a healing maybe for a second, I gotta run and get something, so I'll be right back.
You want to take a short
I'm gonna
rest
move
because I
over.
can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over to Galen and just intimidate him a little. Oops.
So I was pretty cool in that damn
So what is it with that?
I tried to
tribe that he's
not screw everybody.
I don't
over.
remember what exactly did you.
So that it doesn't require
Did you gain any
a roll.
last time? Like
Yeah, I
hit
think
points or-
something would happen, yeah, but he said it's not related to this, the spectral aura. It was like I took some of their energy, kind of like a soul gem and Skyrim.
Yeah, but I think it could be a cursed weapon, or it's a hidden property.
Yeah.
They got hit 31.
I don't think anybody has identified it or done like detect
Do you have
curse or
that?
yeah. Sure, have something that can do that. No, I'm a giant.
Well, how long has it been?
For the next hour, I'm a
Can I
giant
just
ape.
punch you until you go down to 0 hit points?
That would
I mean,
take
you
a while.
You can choose to go back to your gnomish form at any time you want.
Can I? Because I was reading it and it doesn't appear.
Well, you can drop concentration on any concentration
Yeah, it's a concentration
spell
spell.
at any point. So
It
doesn't
is
even take an action.
concentration.
Yeah, so that's why like my slow drops down. But I'm gonna do a 3rd level cure
Candy.
wounds on Crawl.
Candy's over there.
I grabbed some.
Cool. Thank you. The kisses are hot chocolate flavored. It has like a slight marshmallow taste. in
The
it.
filling,
Say, what's
the
a
filling
hot
is like
chocolate?
It's like a marshmallow
Prom?
filling.
Compared to chocolate.
Crom gets 19 health back.
Thank you.
And Tim, can I try to, I moved over to Galen, can I try to just throw intimidation on him, just for the hell of it?
Well, what are you gonna try to get out of them? What
I
is it
just wanna
for?
lure- I just wanna kind of bulk over him and make him scared.
All right, make an intimidation check.
10.
Okay. Okay. He's pretty scared and kind of, like at this point, just kind of standing there like this, like, what the hell? Okay.
So Shay and Quintus tied up these two.
Okay.
And
we already
then went and healed Crom.
Did we already check out the magic items he gave?
You have not. You haven't done any
I'll go do that.
investigating.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll go do that.
Roll an investigation
Okay,
check.
go.
As in the scuffle, things got a little torn up, and there's a lot of high grass around here.
Okay, I wanna look too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like,
You
I
have.
let them know that that's what I'm doing. So
All right.
I got 19 plus 4.
Here in about
Mhm.
so many minutes,
Which
We'll
one
be
is that,
sure.
perception? Or,
Investigation.
in about 20 some minutes, I'll be able to.
alright, I got 13.
All right, Roland, you don't. Let me see what you can find. I have things written here.
That's really interesting mushrooms.
I mean, you probably could around this area. Just
It's
saying.
wild in here. Oh man,
Where-
my spiritual weapon disappears.
There it is.
Yeah, I guess if I can willingly change.
It doesn't even take a bonus action or a reaction.
Yeah, just
You
drop
just straight up drop it anytime.
Drop it.
And he's back.
So Roland,
Mm-hmm.
looking around,
Cool, it says you
you do find.
you can
Their
retain your
intelligence.
alignment and your personality, but all of the
You find
stats,
on
including
some of the
those
bodies that are
stats,
left
some of
around
the,
a little bit of coin.
Like when a druid does wild
Um,
shapes,
yes,
they get to
altogether
keep
you
their
find
mental-
18
their
gold.
mental three
Each one of the
weapon
gold
stats.
has a
But
strange
probably
design on it, and it
has a
seems to have writing, but you don't
personality
recognize it at all.
Intelligence of 7.
If it ever gets complex, I usually.
Couple
you're
short
really
swords.
Dumb.
Couple short swords?
Short swords.
You're really dumb.
Oh, okay, I was gonna
Some-
say, they were very literate, aren't they?
Some daggers.
You're kind of smart.
Cool.
Kind of arrogant about your smartness. So,
I've read
I think
lots of
you're-
books.
You also
yes,
find
right.
in one of the bags
Yep.
a very strange looking, larger, looks like it might have been made of platinum
I want to
coin.
borrow my mom.
Um,
That'd be cute.
yes, with
they look raw.
A smiling face on one side and a frowning face on the other.
Ooh, does this coin have anything it does?
You just found a
Find out.
coin.
Oh, I have to ask somebody about that coin.
You also find in the same, and it seems to be in the a small coin pouch that was dropped by the captain, a signet ring.
Oh, cool.
While they're searching around, Quintus is kind of like gets on his knees and is making a prayer for their souls to pass on and matron of ravens to watch over this dark night. And then he's going to chop the head off of the captain with an axe.
Cool.
Cool.
Because I think we're
Jeez, what are
maybe
you doing?
well
there
later
some
we
alive?
could if these fellows that we have captured do not know the information we need, perhaps I will have a conversation with the captain. But I need
The skulls.
something to use.
So, yeah, I mean, that's true. Salai, with your investigation check, you find that what looks like the staff that had been brought out of the bag, kind of laying behind one of the walls, the fallen walls around the area. It had fallen behind some rocks and in a little crevice. You also find the bag that Galen was taking things out of.
I'll take them both. Mine.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll look in the back too.
You look in the bag. Yeah, you don't see anything in the bag.
I reach into the
Stick
back.
your hand in the bag.
You reach into the. You're gonna stick your hand in the bag and reach in.
Yeah.
Roll percentile dice.
Oh, you don't have to think about it.
Now I gotta find this thing.
38.
38. Let's see. Um, 38. All right, as you bring your hand out, there seems to be a wooden peg in your hand. Just like a well-made, the kind of thing that you'd see in maybe shipbuilding or something like that, but a wooden peg.
I'll look at Chomp. Chomp, is this magic? What is this?
Around this time, you do get done casting your detect magic spell.
Anyone?
You see that the bag he's holding is definitely magic. The staff he has with him that he found is also magic, as well as the coin that Roland found.
Okay. Zarthus, what do you think about this wooden peg?
The peg is not magic.
Peg is not magic.
You got yourself a nice dowel there, buddy.
Nice. It's a good dowel.
I'll throw it back in the bag.
All right.
So,
Wait a minute. You threw it back into the bag.
Uh-oh.
Okay. No, I gotta make sure of this.
You did what? You did what?
As you do,
Reroll.
the bag starts to shake violently and falls out of your hands onto the ground and spits the peg out.
Can anyone identify what this bag is? Perhaps?
yeah, let's
What the hell does identify do?
It identifies it.
Somebody says it doesn't work like it used to. Back
Well,
in the day.
I can,
No, I think it changed
if we
around.
got 11 minutes, I can identify. I mean, I was gonna spend that time reanimating some of these corpses.
Wait.
but I could just.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
No, why don't we just ask our dear friend?
Oh, that's right.
Who is cowering in the corner here?
This is
Thank you for your cooperation.
I'm keeping the bag. Thank you.
Excuse Grom when they get in a rage, everything goes a little wild. But you're fine, right?
I suppose so.
Of course. So, Galen, would you like to enlighten us as to how this would normally go down, except without the killing and the monkeys?
And the monkey. Well, as far as I can see, there was only the one. In any case,
As far as you-
I'm gonna try to look over that stuff while he's talking.
yeah. Usually, I would have the items, and I would give them over. They would provide payment. I would always know that it was the correct people. They carried the ring, and that's all I know.
So they carried the ring.
The signet ring, I believe someone found.
What is his staff?
It drains magical energy.
Well, can you tell us about this sack you are pulling these magic items out of? I'm not well versed in the arcane.
There's a trick to it.
I feel like it's please.
Most of the time, it will produce random things. Some things can go into it. Some things it won't take. It's odd. You kind of have to sweet talk it a little bit.
Oh, sweet talk. The bag.
You have to know the bag to get what you want out of it, and also to give it anything. You just have to know it.
And you have a good working relationship with this bag.
It takes some time.
I'm in
It takes
a
time.
what-
It's taken a few years.
Well, we've got some very talented, charismatic individuals.
bard.
Perhaps you could enlighten Sly as to how to sweet talk this bag.
You just
What do you
gotta-
call that? What do bards do?
Pillar talk?
Be bard.
Seduce. Seduce the back.
It's called barding.
Yeah.
Some
What do
people
y'all-
it doesn't like, other people it does. It's
What are you using? Where is the energy that you're draining from these magic items? Where is it going?
I just provide the items. I'm not sure exactly what they're being used for. Most of them have to do with the transfer of energy or fate or things like
So
this.
you said this, the staff drains magic energy from items?
Well, you can drain the energy from a spell using it. Either your own spell or one that's being cast at you, or it depends.
But does it work on magic items? Or is it just spells that are...
As far as I know, it's only spells.
Oh, I see.
But there is a way to drain magic from magic items and transfer
I
it
assume.
to.
I've been studying this for years. I'm not. There's
Then you
certain
should
items
know.
that can do it.
Okay.
There's certain items that can do it. I have not figured out how yet. Most of them that I've found are from the Age of Arcanum, and their abilities and learning was far further than ours.
So you've been meeting with these hobgoblins for a while now,
For a few months,
and they give you payment for magic items.
yes. I mean, I'm paid for my trouble. I
But you do it for the cause.
I would probably
right?
do it without
Right.
the payment.
Group, can we huddle quick?
Huddle.
Yep, huddle. Group huddle. Not you, Galen.
Somebody keep an eye on that guy though. Can somebody keep a...
Yeah, is Galen tied up, or is he just...
I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, you have, unless you said you tied him up.
I mean, I know
he's
we
just
tied
kind of
up-
cowering
we tied
in
up
a
these-
corner.
We tied
of-
up the hobgoblins.
Yeah, the hobgoblins are tied up.
Do we want to tie him up, or do we just want to like scare him into like, or maybe we should just tie him up?
We'll just time.
Better safe. Well, let's make sure to interlock his fingers. He seems like he could be a spellcaster, but very cowardly.
No, he does study lots of magics.
Let's give him the old.
I'll
Bound,
also-
bound and gag.
Yes, precisely.
I'll move my horse next to him, just menacing. Click, stop.
All right, so yeah, we tie up Galen and we have a huddle.
Friends, I'm not the ruthless, blood-craving one, but I don't think we can leave this guy here as he is. We have to do something about him. And with the goblins, we have a perfect opportunity, perfect out, pocket.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
He is.
good
He is
idea.
he is a cultist.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate that his life must be lost, but he does not seem to even understand what he is doing wrong.
Well,
I mean, if we want to be really concerned with, so I know there are spells that we could use to not so much kill him, but also keep it like a sort of a mind spike or mind wipe. There's some spells that would make him like forget stuff and not.
Why wouldn't we just kill him?
Well, if we don't have to spill blood.
Yeah,
I
I
We
don't
killed
know.
the hobgoblins. Why is he
better than?
There is.
Yeah, remember Thomas? We didn't kill Thomas, and that has come back to bite us.
But you didn't erase Thomas's mind, did you?
I guess because what I'm like neutral good or something. I feel like.
Are you?
So
What?
I feel like he thinks he's doing right. He's not like. Maybe he's just misguided.
I'll turn around and be, hey, do you think you're evil? Just curiosity.
He's bound and gagged.
Okay,
Wait,
okay.
hey,
good.
He shakes his head.
Hey,
in
what?
any
I mean,
case.
he didn't fight us when we were. I don't know.
That is.
It
that
feels
is
weird.
fair.
It
I-
just feels weird.
Carl,
Also-
should we do it and just ease their consciousness for
What?
him?
Kill him.
No, no,
Yeah, you and I can do it
before,
later.
Before we make any rash decisions, I think Chomsky is on to something. He is technically a part of an organization here. He is a master at the Spire of Uric. If we do not have evidence of his evil contributions, then we are just, in the eyes of the law, killing someone, and we were the last ones to visit him.
Right. And
So perhaps now that we have all of this, we could hand him over to the authorities once we know our information that we need to get from this hobgoblin.
But on top of that, I have something to admit. We went to that party, things got fucked up.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, we never really had a
really
debrief.
discussed this.
Just things got fucked up, and if depending on what we do, there's going to be consequences. If we kill him, there will be consequences because things we did maybe alerted the cult.
Was he at that party?
He wasn't at the party, but
What?
the High Warden might be suspicious.
But
What if we use one of the hobgoblins' weapons to kill him and drag one of the hobgoblins
Yeah,
up
that's-
next to him?
Yeah, I mean.
And just leave his body
Wait,
there?
wait. I'm still confused. What happened at the party?
There's several
the
different
cult-
conversations.
did the cult attack the party?
Yes, the
That's-
cult attacked and we retaliated.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is outrageous. The city must be out for blood then. I think giving him over is even more of a good idea.
No, because we think someone high up is part of the cult, the warden. I don't have the evidence to prove it, but I almost did.
We tried. Yeah, real
We tried.
close.
he can identify us, and I think he just needs to die.
I think he needs to die. I think we should just use one of the hobgoblin weapons, kill him, and lay his body out among the hobgoblins.
He also
But
he
then
has
they'll-
access to those restricted books in the special collections
He isn't
section.
gonna like us after
And
this.
make him, we'll kill him, and
But
you
you'll
can
be
make him
He's
a
a
scared.
zombie.
coward, though.
Yeah, he'll be scared.
As you all are having this conversation, him sitting there, bound and gagged, it's just like,
We can,
Yeah.
we can at Bernie's him and get access later.
What is this burn?
So when you put glasses and then you move his arms around and then people think
Oh.
he's still alive.
Peek into Galen.
It's not evil because he's not reanimated, technically. He's just a puppet,
And
dead puppet.
why is it called burnings exactly?
I'd rather animate it. That's way less trouble.
Something about, I don't know.
A story. A story.
A book.
Yeah.
ancient Goliath tale.
Yep.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Well, I still think finding some sort of cooperation with the city would not be bad, but I would understand your trepidation, and he is not to be trusted.
Yes, and if we kill him here and leave the hobgoblins around him, they're gonna know he was up to something bad, to be consorting with hobgoblins.
and magical people can cure like any kind of mind spike or mind erase thing.
That is true.
They can cure madness.
But won't they
or-
wonder what happened to the hobgoblins?
Well, if we leave him here dead, and they'll think the hobgoblins killed him, and then maybe turned on each other.
Perhaps
We can spray
are
paint
any of
some
you?
cultists.
Well,
Graffiti on
I was
the
sort of
back.
thinking along these lines. Are any of you
Yeah, cultists.
adept at forgery? if we could
think I-
write a missive on him that he received from a mysterious backer about handing the items over to these hobgoblins and stealing from the Spire of Uric. They find it on his body.
That sounds good. Unfortunately, I don't have thieves' tools, not forgery.
I can put a note. I can't forge one.
What if we take him to, like, what if we turn him over to the authorities?
Yes.
Like you mentioned earlier.
Aren't the,
Yeah.
aren't the authorities looking for you?
Yeah.
Maybe. Definitely. Actually, yes,
They're
definitely.
not looking for me or Shay.
Yeah, I think we did sort of get, they saw us.
They didn't see my
Or
face
this.
specifically
Oh.
because I was covered, but
So aren't you guys concerned that if you hand them over to the authorities, that a very powerful figure in the city will just get a hold of them and then they'll find out
Pardon
everything?
them.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
that's what I'm thinking we ought to
Not
kill
just
him.
pardon them, find out everything about this little incident right here.
Well,
I think we ought to
I mean,
kill him.
we are not in the wrong in this incident.
Well, well,
I would have no problem explaining this to a high.
Yes,
it will
because
be
if the-
if we interrupted that high up person.
Yeah, if the high up cultist pardons him, we're not gonna look real good.
Well,
You know, we need more information. Let's have a talk with these hobgoblins first. Perhaps they can enlighten us as to who their boss is.
Yeah, maybe talk to the hobgoblins.
Galen,
Galen,
he's not going anywhere.
does anybody speak Goblin?
They were
They can
speaking.
speak common.
They were speaking
English.
common.
he did comprehend
Yeah.
languages.
The
so-
boss did speak in common.
Right,
Yes.
well,
I did comprehend languages just for this
He
occasion.
did. Yeah.
this is fantastic.
All right, let's go wake up one of those hobgoblins.
All right.
Or both of them and split them up and question them against each other. You know,
This
your-
other one
your-
told us.
Yeah,
I
your
like
buddy's
this, yes.
turning you in, man. He's saying he's talking all kinds of
Said
stuff.
it was all your idea, and he will sell everything out just to he lives. I like where you're going.
We can do that. Good cop, bad cop. All right,
Yep,
let's do it.
Good card, bad card. Perfect.
Okay. So, walking over, are you gonna wake both of them up?
And split them up and talk to
Okay.
them.
So I guess we'll bring one in here, so, you know,
Okay.
isolation. Everyone's dead.
Who's going to question the one that you're bringing over into the villa then?
You're the only one who understands them, aren't you?
Well, if they speak common, then it won't matter, but, it'd be good for me to be around, I'll just bounce back and forth. I will
Okay.
talk to one,
Yeah,
Go to
we
the
can-
other.
We can just wake up one.
if,
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have zone of truth if necessary.
You don't need it?
So I guess we're gonna interrogate this fella first. Who's interrogating? We
So-
need Sirthus.
the captain is, which one?
Dead.
Dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got his head, so we can talk to him later if you want.
I'll do the interrogation. That's fine.
Sure.
Well, first we gotta find out if he speaks common.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess we can wake him up. He's still tied, but we've got
Yeah.
him in there, I think.
So a little bit of slapping.
Sirthus and Salai would definitely be in there, and I would at least be observing for now.
He wakes up, he's pretty bloody and bruised. One eye is all the way swollen shut from being hit in the face by Shay too many times. At least a couple of his ribs are broken just by the way he's breathing and just kind of holding himself. And he looks up at you and just says in Goblin, but you can understand it now.
Ouch.
Ouch. What did you say,
Says,
Sirthus?
Curse you.
What did he say?
Curse you.
That's- He speaks. Wait, can I speak it? I don't think I can.
You can understand it.
I don't think I can speak it.
Let's see. Just be like. I guess I'll just ask in common. Do you speak common?
Yeah, I guess I'll just be like, speak common.
Alright. He says, I'm not speaking to you in Goblin.
I'll turn you towards me. Oh, you look hurt. I'm very sorry about what happened tonight, but Yeah, we need some information from you. And if you give it to us, then you get to get out of here alive.
Okay. He just kind of, once again, settling painfully back, just a frown on his face, just stares at you. Like a stoic.
Could I
but
hurt
hurt look on
insight
his
if he
face.
understood that? Like,
Yeah, roll an insight check.
If he understands it, then we've got something to work with here. Yeah, that's a 22.
You could. There was definite understanding, and he was watching Salai speak. Like,
Yeah, he does understand common.
Okay,
See,
so
you-
I poke one of his wounds.
okay.
If you're not gonna be helpful, we can dispatch you and talk to the other.
All right.
Or I can heal you, so you are no longer in pain, and we can have civil
Don't heal it
conversation.
with my finger.
And then we can hurt you again, and then heal you, and then hurt you again.
It's true.
Are you in there with him?
No, I'll go
I
in
feel
there
like
with
that's
him.
an intimidation.
I do feel
I
like.
feel like it was. Yeah. Roll an intimidation check. You roll an intimidation check. You roll a persuasion check.
Well, could I just like, could this be assisting, so I give him
Or either
advantage?
way, you could do that.
I'll
as well.
I'll give you advantage on the intimidation.
Because I get a good, pretty good intimidation here. 26.
26. As there's a sharp intake of breath.
He
through
starts
his
to
teeth.
spilling the beans. Like, freaking.
And he starts to speak in accented comments.
When I was 8, I stole from a...
Good guard, bad guard, never fails.
And what exactly were you asking him?
I was just trying to get it to cooperate.
All right.
So now anybody can ask questions.
All right. Who do you work
This little
for?
shit
All right.
understands.
As you're poking in, and the intake of breath happens. He says in common. He says, "You're too late now, anyway.
Too late for what exactly?
This
Is
was
there a
the
stick
last."
nearby?
There's. I mean, you're in the outskirts of a forest.
Yeah,
here, so
yeah.
come
I
in.
figured there was.
There's lots of
So I'm
sticks.
just gonna take a stick, and every time he acts up, I just poke him in a sore spot.
I've got a whip. I can go in there.
I'm holding a spare the dying
It
just
doesn't
in
really-
case.
Just like.
Yeah, like we're.
1 point of damage.
But-
1 point of damage.
To your question, he says this was the last. This was supposed to be the last of the runs.
Where are you taking the items exactly?
Doesn't matter.
What were you planning on doing?
Delivering them. We're the middlemen. To her.
The High Warden?
A little blood comes up as he's coughing.
I
It
stab
definitely
him.
broke more than a few ribs. It looks
I
like.
poke him.
Can I roll inside on the laugh if it was like how
Yeah,
I
roll an
student,
insight on the laugh.
or 10.
10. You're not like he obviously thinks little of you, but that's about all you get from that. And he says, "The warden, lord, ladies, what does it matter?"
You're gonna tell us what you're planning on doing with those items. So you can do it now, or we can make this more painful and you die, or you can get out of here alive. So start talking.
I'll put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We do not need to be too aggressive here, friend. I can make you feel a little bit better."
Bad cop, sadistic cop.
Yes. Listen, and I'll just give him a healing word.
Okay.
Just to put him back to 3 hit points.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that heals him 3,
Yeah,
so I guess
exactly.
yeah, he'd be at something, so it'll at least be a little easier for you to say, look, there is no need for more bloodshed this time. We just need to know who she is and where you are taking these items. If it does not matter,
Go
please
ahead.
tell me.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check around for this question.
Go for it.
At advantage, because you did a good job at intimidating. So.
Okay. 16.
16. Okay. So, as he narrows his eyes as you heal him and you're asking him these questions, he says, "All I know, it's the lady. She is a lady. She is some kind of, how do you say, important, noble something."
See, that kind of plays with what I was thinking, but
And where did you pick these items?
To a place out in the forest.
Could you possibly show us? If you cannot identify.
I will show you.
Die otherwise.
So be it. Rainbow. So be it.
And I'll just reach into my pack and pull out the captain's head and like just kind of macabrely take the tin and say, "Are you sure?"
Intimidation check?
No, I feel like we've already done that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He-
Yeah, he's probably about as intimidated as.
Yeah, it's come to where I can no longer be the nice person. So now it's just a room full of bad
You see him
people.
clean off the teeth with his tongue and spits blood at you.
Oh, he's a
And yeah, it goes right in your eye.
I asked someone to bring the other one.
Okay.
Wake up the other one.
All right, so yeah, we're outside. I imagine we're all just like standing around smoking cigarettes, watching the, hearing like, screams of torture coming from in there. I'm like, man.
I just wanted to kill the dude. I didn't
And then you
wanna
call
torture
for we hear, bring the other prisoner. So,
Shouldn't we knock him unconscious again so they can't talk and plot?
No.
I feel the.
We
I
just
call
need
back
to
in.
kill him.
Do you mean Galen or the other hobgoblin?
Good question. All right, and so Shay drags the other hobgoblin in. You wake him up. He comes to, same kind of thing, except for he has some. Instead of just being badly bruised and broken, he's got slashes across his chest. One good gash in his left shoulder from the Vindicator.
I asked him if he speaks common.
Okay. He gives you, looking at you, he just gives you a curt nod.
We have some questions for you. Are you going to comply?
He just stares at you.
Take out a knife and I cut the other one's throat in front of him.
Works for me.
With 3 hit points left, we'll say, yeah, he there's a slight gurgling and his eyes go wide and he slumps forward.
Are you going to be more useful than this guy?
Make an intimidation check.
If this guy's as intimidated, then he's a tough muffa. Let's see, not as good. Oh.
do you want to use?
You can use your inspiration. I think.
Exact same thing that was sitting on this entire time.
All
But I got. I'm not doing math. It's a high. It's about the same.
Okay.
I've been up since 12:30 last night.
As he's looking at and he looks over at his now slumped comrade, he looks back at you and nods.
All right.
So, your friend enlightened us that you have been giving over these items to a noble lady, dropping them off somewhere in the forest. Nodded, that is correct.
He kind of grunts and nods at you.
We offered your friend freedom and his life, but he chose poorly. Perhaps you will choose better. Could you take us to this drop-off point?
I don't know that I could take you, but I know where it is. I can tell you.
Okay, that is better.
The area, south of the city walls, several miles.
Any identifying features?
Thorns.
Can we get out of the city?
There's several. You are close to the actually the southwestern wall at this point.
Also, absolutely gonna insight check.
Okay. And his answer to that identifying features was thorns.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. 22.
22. I mean, he seems to be telling the truth. He also seems, with that insight, he thinks he's going to die no matter what right now.
Oh. Do you know who the noble woman was who you're delivering the items to?
I never saw her. Okay.
Does anyone have any other questions?
I do.
I'll talk to y'all on my ring since I'm not in there. Was it, do you know if she's a noble elf or a noble human woman?
Probably.
Well, but remember we ran into Galen's friend, who was that noble woman who was human.
Yeah, he said he never saw her, so
But he doesn't just know in general.
that's true. Do you know if she was elf? Did she?
He shakes his head and just kind of shrugs painfully as it, like, his wound here starts bleeding a little bit more.
I think we got the information we needed.
Should we bring him with us?
No.
No.
So blood test would be useful.
No, he wouldn't.
I
He could turn
think
on us.
this
He'd be more
individual
trouble.
could understand that this whatever job you have been doing is done with, and maybe you would rather take your chance roaming the Feywild or the wilds here. What do you all think? He has cooperated.
We can give him
I
a
pull you
quick,
guys aside
painless,
so that he can't hear.
relatively
Okay.
painless death. I feel like we
And I'm
just need to
thinking,
end
if we
this.
bring him with us and he's lying, at some point, when we get close to the place we're revealing his lie, maybe he'll be like, okay.
No, we need to.
I did not
I
sense.
agree
I
with
did not
Rob.
sense a lie in you. I can say that, but
He's in- yeah.
some could possibly deceive.
He's in pain and he is
Yeah.
just gonna be more baggage to carry around.
Yeah, I agree with her.
And Shay would be like nodding her head emphatically, like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
let's just dump the dead weight." Yeah.
So as you were having this conversation, you look back over at him and you see a smile on his face, and you hear a sudden small hissing sound,
Oh.
and a little bit of light starts to sparkle near him.
What?
What?
And he starts to kind of chuckle a little bit.
Somebody do something.
Can I see
Who's
if I
in
can
there?
use the
Kill
staff?
the fucker.
Well,
Yeah.
like
Who's in there?
the light sparkling.
Yeah, and if you look closer,
Are you?
you smell a similar. You smell a familiar scent of the slight scent of burning gunpowder.
I cast Dimension Door and I push him through the door and I put it all the way over there where I can.
All the way over there.
Yeah, all the way over there.
Okay. As the dimension door opens and you push them through to over there, no more than about 2 seconds later, you hear a fairly loud bang. Several of you over there are hit by flying pieces of smoking hobgoblin.
No.
And there's a little crater kind of left.
Well, that
Good
was
call.
Good
What
job.
was-
What just happened?
What was that?
Learn
Yeah.
that spell.
Was that a spell?
Who's gonna blow him up with gunpowder?
With what?
He blew himself up.
Oh.
I got this. Wait, so
He had been trying for a while.
They had.
But
Wait, search the other bodies. Do these goblins have explosives?
if you want to search him for it.
We're terrible police. We should
we
have.
should have searched. We're bad police.
We should.
I
Yes.
searched the bodies.
Roll in if somebody roll. You did search around for the magic items.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll search.
If you
with-
specify.
Yeah, I'm looking for explosives on all the
Yeah,
bodies.
same here. Oh, natural 20.
19.
Looking around, you do find at least two of the other bodies, including the one that you slit his throat, that have at least a few grenades on them. It looks like
Grenades?
lightable grenades. Just these little kind of balls, wooden balls, with a small, short fuse coming out of it.
It's like a good thing I didn't put the bonfire out of it anyhow.
I was wondering.
Is anyone familiar with these weapons?
It's nothing any of you
We're
have ever
not over
seen
there.
before, but you recognize the smell of the gunpowder and the explosion from.
We have gunpowder.
I'll
Yeah.
hand the one I found to Chomsky just because he seems like
Is
the
that
smartest
explosion
person.
likely to draw attention?
I mean, it was pretty loud, but you are also in a part of the city walls where there's not anything really nearby. This is kind of an abandoned part of the. This was an estate at one point, and there's not a lot. You know, it was pretty large.
So I don't know if there was anything in that old book that I got a long time ago called The Butcher of Fire that was about firearms. If there was anything similar or
Yeah.
like, you know,
That is true.
exploding ammo or.
So yes, actually, there are several. There was at least a chapter in there about theoretical things like that. The idea of using the explosive nature to make small charges, and or larger charges and things like that. Even very large.
Shrapnel.
Yeah.
Bullets that go
Talking
home.
about things like that. Of course, it was written about 20 years ago. So who knows what's actually been created since then.
Very experimental. Plastique.
How many did I find?
Don't fully you hold on to that.
So,
I don't really
you
feel
find,
comfortable with something explosive on me.
I like them.
You would
There's at least you find several of them. Two of them look like you find 5 of them altogether. 2 of them look like they were broken in the fighting.
Okay, so three
So they're
good
broken
ones.
item, but 3 look like they're serviceable. Like there's no holes in them. They haven't been cracked. They still have fuses on them.
So
I'm
Roland's
quite
just got
happy
all
now.
3 of the good ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
This is cool.
that's fine with me. Everyone else is fine with me.
I have a little fire starter that I made.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
It's like
I may
a-
borrow it from you
yeah,
someday.
you might want to hang on to it.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
I think I just have to spend a few minutes every night like tweaking it to keep it working.
Maybe we could use that at the rendezvous point.
Well, I suppose that goes to my second question now.
Yeah,
Do we go to this point tonight? They are expecting a delivery.
Oh,
Yeah, let's-
Shall we?
Dress up
How-
like hobgoblins?
Well, that's
we have
the
any
mask.
We can wear their skin.
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus.
and I'm just gonna
Oh, that's
snap my fingers and look like a hobgoblin.
Or that.
Who has
See,
the
it's
mask of
way
me?
easier.
Well, how long does that last?
Oh, mine is permanent, but
Who has the mask of many faces? I know we had something like that.
Yeah, did y'all buy that in the end?
Yeah, I had it and I gave it to somebody. I don't know who I gave it to.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I used to have the paper. That's not my name anymore.
I don't know.
Also, Galen.
I think I gave it
Also,
to
Galen's still
Yes.
with you, tied up.
Keep forgetting
It was
about
either you.
Galen.
Somebody has had their
I'm not
throat
forgetting,
slit.
I'm staring at
Although
it.
he didn't see that, but somebody else is blown up, and he's still there's a little bit of like
There's an orc hobgoblin ear. like, on his
hobgoblin here,
shoulder.
like drops off at the top of his head.
And he probably heard the torture and the poking.
He's hyperventilating through his gag at this moment.
Do we know where this actual location is?
You have a vague description of where it was going to happen. Several miles south of the city, in an area with lots of thorns.
How long would it take to get there?
Several miles, rough travel.
So, the mask.
Depends on how quietly you're trying
I
to do
feel
it.
like did somebody use it during the party?
I had one. I gave it to somebody. I don't remember who I gave
I
it
thought
to.
somebody wore it
'Cause I bought it.
disguise at the party.
Yeah.
Oh well, I have the change in armor, but I didn't have the mask anymore. I gave the mask to somebody
Hmm.
else.
I don't remember who it was either.
But you gave it to somebody in the party.
Well,
Yeah.
it could have been Rebecca or Leah.
That's true.
Yeah,
There's,
that's true.
There used to be two
Here.
other people in the party.
Whoever has it,
Maybe
hand
it's
it over.
in the bag.
No, I just checked the bag of holding.
Let's say it
Oh
put
yes,
in
it
the
is in the bag.
Oh, it's in the bag.
Oh, I was looking in the wrong place. It's in the
What
bag.
is it called?
And
The
anyone,
Maxim
yes,
minifigs.
anyone
to figure out
who
what's
cannot
going on with
disguise
these
themselves,
magic
who can
items.
just faux tie you up, like.
Oh yeah, there's a magic item too.
Yeah, the bag.
I know everybody
Coin
seems to
and-
have forgotten the
I have the staff in the bag. I'll keep it.
and then you have the coin that you
Yeah,
found.
and hey Tom, I've got a coin I wanna ask you about. It's platinum, it looks like. It's got a
You
frowny face
identify
on
as
one
one item,
side
right?
and coin on one side.
Do
With
I-
No,
frowny
you
smiley
can
face
do
on-
several items at once. I
You said
believe.
you would do my thingy.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's got a frowny face and a smiley face
You
on
choose
it.
one object that you must touch
Okay.
throughout the casting of the spell. All right.
Do I recognize the coin
You can do an Arcana check.
outright?
You don't want to do an identify?
He was supposed to do it too.
Oh.
Well, that would be two things for him to do, and I can do two things.
Shay's got a disguised kit in green skin. She could probably pass for a hobgoblin from afar.
Quintus and Shay, do you want to take my horse over to the location? Possibly even faster.
Well, if they're expecting to meet people there, I don't know if I want to be there alone. I think possibly for those of us who can disguise ourselves, we just take the bound Galen as well as any of us who are faux bound up as traitors to the cause.
Could you reanimate
We don't
them
have
and,
a-
like,
A cart anymore, do
yeah.
we?
I mean,
No, the
they
cart
would
was
look
left
like
in the
hobgoblins.
Emerald Outpost,
Yeah.
along with the horses.
But they would do
I got a
it.
20 on the Arcana check.
20 on the Arcana check. Based on some small runes that are inscribed around the side, and the fact that it has a frowny face and smiley face, one on either side, you get the feeling that this just straight up affects chance.
It's a great
Like
point.
it affects fate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 2-round coin.
Yeah, it's like a gambling. The gamblers of Chorth use this coin to I don't know, something lore something.
And so it affects fate, huh?
It affects fate. That I don't
Would you
really
like
know.
Experiment with it.
Would you like to
Well-
have it?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay, you may have the coin.
We're gonna
Did
experiment
you
with
say
it.
it's magic? Like
Oh yeah,
when he did
it
detect
showed up
magic?
as magic.
Okay. Cool, magic coin.
Flip it.
Flip it and then just see what happens. I don't.
Well, there's a sad face on one side. Maybe
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
study it for a bit. Usually with these items, even if you do not have the magic to identify it,
Can
you
you
can study
attune?
it for a while.
Well, we
We can
could
identify,
we
right?
could identify. Yeah, I got to
Okay,
identify.
identify.
Oh,
We don't-
wonderful.
It's not like necessary, although I do enjoy discovery by experimentation.
Perhaps not in this circumstance.
Are we in a time crunch?
This seems like, I don't know, 50-50 odds aren't the best.
Don't we have to meet somebody somewhere?
Yeah,
we should
they are
probably
expecting this
I'll just tuck this
delivery.
away in my coin purse.
Just identify. Come on.
So
You're it.
Can we
Cast
do it
right?
on the
You
move?
started it before.
if somebody
You can take the time.
Hey,
I mean, it's like, I could do it like 11 minutes.
like a long time ago, I asked you to identify my damn thing. Come on,
Okay,
Chomsky.
I'm gonna take 11 minutes and identify
So
the
am I.
Vindicator.
Okay.
On the staff.
On the staff.
It's the first thing I want to check
All
out.
right. You got and I thought we had identified Vindicator.
I
I
was
don't
trying to
remember.
figure out what it do. If there's a way for me to figure out why I feel weird sometimes,
I mean,
or like if it's cursed, or would identify help that?
Let's
it
see.
wouldn't be identified. It would be high enough for this. It would be a high enough Arcana check.
Let's take that.
So you could take a look at it and spend some time.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it just identify, you learn things about a magic item, and then you can learn whether any spells are affecting the item. Like, maybe it's not a magic item, but the item has a spell on it, but it doesn't really say, like, it tells you if it's cursed or
Well, what about the coin?
anything like that.
Do you want to identify the coin?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll, because I tell you,
Do it, little man.
yes, I say, Crom, we've already identified Vindicator, remember?
Crom's confused. Crom feels weird. Sometimes.
So what's the staff? See if this, should we get rid of it?
It's a
And you said, right?
withering pole.
Oh.
And I don't know if I would get that, I guess I would. But it can you can cast spells into it and save it, up to 4 spells, or you can possibly catch a spell
It's
with it.
powerful. That is
Yeah.
much like my ring.
Up to 4 spells.
Do you want to keep it?
I imagine it looks
I
like a
would like to
lacrosse
keep
stick.
it. Is everybody okay
Catch
with
spells
that?
and throw it around.
Is this a, requires attunement? 5th edition in there, and I don't know if the other
Yeah.
editions had it or not. But yes, I would really very much like to have that.
Yeah,
But what will
on a
you
warlock,
do to
that
it?
is really
Yeah,
good.
I'll figure that out.
The coin's all or nothing coin.
What's it do?
Is it crit or 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
So on a roll, you would normally use a D20. So that just says like on a roll. So
Any D20 roll.
any D20 roll. Instead, flip a coin. Heads is a critical success, nat 20. Tails is a critical fail, nat 1. Can be used twice per short rest, which that's
Dang.
we used a lot, like 4 times a
Does
day.
it require attunement though?
It does
It does
not.
not.
Dang.
Anybody can use it.
Like,
But
put
it could
that
go
on the
very
rogue or the
badly.
barbarian would be insane.
How about this bag here? The one I need to sweep buckets out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, identify the bag.
We have one ring we haven't, of communication, but we have not.
Given, yeah.
Yes, however, I do know who was carrying that, and that was Yuri.
Okay.
So you do not have it at the moment. That may or may not be taken care of in the future.
This is what I'm gonna do.
That's right.
I'm gonna give him the ring of communication.
Okay.
Do you want it? It requires attunement.
Certainly. Yes, that would be very helpful. Are you sure? It seems
Yeah.
important to you all.
It is very important, but I have other means of communication.
Yes, you have your mind thing.
Mind weirdness, yes.
Yeah,
It's a
that
technical
was the, That
term.
was the word. Excuse me. Right.
So,
So- Can I
do you
do
wanna,
have a
you're gonna
bag?
transfer that over?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
And
And then you can add the staff
You're like,
at the same time if you want.
I just added it to yours.
It levels up with what can you do?
I can't do a lot with it.
Because
I can't.
isn't it level 2 now?
Yeah.
What sort
What's
of
happening?
blood do you need analyzed?
Well,
Oh, that's right. You have. It was part of the boon of.
If
Of law.
If I had a creature's blood, I could chase them down from quite a distance.
I just didn't know if that could help us. I don't know. I guess the hobgoblins were not coming from the meeting point. They were like gonna go there later, but I don't know. Probably not helpful. Spells. Yeah, the spells tab.
I have it right here.
Well, I think we should walk and talk for now.
Yeah,
If-
where
if
are
s-
you?
If somebody wouldn't mind bringing Galen along, we can figure out the plan as we go.
I'll tie him to my horse and drag him along.
Smart.
Just curious. This horse wouldn't be able to carry both of us, would it?
It's a war horse, but
It could carry 2 people. It might not be able to. You might not be able to do a full run or gallop on it, but you could
Mind
carry-
if I ride with you so that I can scout with my bird?
sure.
Okay.
So, while we're heading there, I'm gonna be scouting ahead, trying to find possible location.
Okay. So we're trying to.
Go south of the city.
South of
South of the city,
looking
a
for
few
birds.
Well,
miles.
I can't see through it that far, so,
You get 100 feet, right?
yeah. But I can send it out
I
and
mean,
look for
that's
a place that
bird's eye view.
seems
never
like it,
hurts.
and then once we get, I can have it.
Coming back and forth.
I
Okay.
can know the creature who shed the blood's type.
so I don't really need to ride the horse, but I'll pretend like I can ride.
All right. And then was anybody gonna identify the bag? That was the
Yeah,
other
we could
thing.
do that too.
Yeah, we'll identify the bag. We kind of know vaguely what it does.
Needs to be tickled.
Specifics.
It's a tough one, and I'm not gonna give you the list of things that it might give you.
Yeah.
That's just too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's gonna be a tight spot. He's like, what do I? Shit.
There's a lot of terrible stuff in it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, if I get someone's blood, I could sense them within 10 miles.
I'm gonna start talking to the bag. Let's say,
Speaking yeah, like, I'm going to, I'm gonna get a vial of Galen's blood, just in case.
Okay.
Good idea.
That's a good idea.
Little insurance there.
Yeah, I can
Blood
do a lot,
clerics
I can do
and
a
blood
lot of
hunters,
things
man.
with that.
You
Yeah.
have a communication spell, don't you? Where you can communicate?
I do, yes.
So maybe someone else will use the communication ring.
Well, it is a high level
Oh.
spell. It is a third level spell, so I could only do it
Yeah.
once today. I've done a lot of healing. So we're just trying to find this place, right?
Going south.
Yes, you're trying to find the place.
And
Okay.
I'm disguised as a hobgoblin. Is anyone else disguised? I think if during all that time here identifying and things, Shay
Yeah.
would probably have tried to disguise herself.
And beware, you're still technically inside the walls of the city. You'll have to exit the walls of the city to get beyond, to move that far.
Yeah, but they had a
And
path.
They had some wow, but they
They
didn't.
had some way. Well, then I guess Shay wouldn't bother, and I can toss that up and down anytime.
You wanna talk to the dude's head and see if we can get some
I
specific paths? that
Don't
might be
have
faster?
that spell prepared today, unfortunately. Once I get some rest, I will be able to speak with you. That's just a bloody sack, by the way.
just hanging by your side.
True.
Okay, so moving through the city, or not even, you're on the very edge of the city here, and kind of the
Keep it
old,
to the outskirts.
the
It's
old
messy.
outskirts.
We do have a tied up Galen.
Yeah. You are aware that there isn't really a big entrance-exit gate down this end of the city, in this part anyway. But that there might be, you're guessing, somewhere you can get through. So moving south, you come up to the large emerald walls of the city, jade walls of the city, sorry, and find them to be 30-something feet tall and don't seem to have any holes in them right where you come up to them. But you can either go right or left along the wall. Right will take you eventually up the curve, going and then eventually head north. Left will kind of do the same thing, but just to the east instead.
I have that, I don't know if it would help, but if there is a secret door or entrance or something, I do have the pendant of the doors.
Oh, that's right. How far out is that one?
10 feet.
Okay. So
we
you're not
could
feeling
just
anything right
walk-
now.
We could walk the wall.
Yeah, you're not feeling anything right now, but walk on for a while. Which way do you want to choose? Which way are you going? Right or left?
Left.
Okay.
I'll trust Carl.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Walking for about 10 minutes or so, you don't feel anything, but getting closer to 15, you feel a buzz suddenly. Around this area of the wall is much the same, but there is a large tree that grows up pretty close to the wall. None of the boughs go over the wall. All of them spill back towards the city. But it's fairly large round. It would take 2 Kroms with their arms outstretched to put their arms around this thing. So, and it seems to buzz as you get close to the area around this tree.
Okay. I'm
Next to the
gonna
wall.
tell the group something's up with this.
Our table's ready.
Something's up with this door or this tree.
Is there a
Can
big cedar
y'all
tree?
Anybody got some high perception, wanna like check out the door?
Yeah, who wants to, anybody want to investigate?
There's,
I could perceive.
you could use your, coin.
I could hold my
Birdie up against the door.
and listen.
Well, there's, you don't, there, you know there's a door nearby, you don't know where it is, 'cause it's a hidden door.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Then
It just happens to be near
Well,
this large
actually,
tree.
my investigation's not really that good, but could I do a survival check to look for tracks for people like using a thing
Yeah, go for
around?
it, yeah. Roll a survival check.
Okay. And Shay is also pretty good at survival. Could she assist me?
Sure. The two of you passing around, you could roll at advantage.
Thank you. I'm one character. That's
Nothing like
18. Like 18.
18.
Can I also do a nature check? I know he's done with that.
What are you
On the
check for the
tree.
same thing? On the tree?
Mhm.
Okay.
You use the
What
Yeah,
do
go
we-
ahead and
what do
roll
we-
too,
in
before I say what's going on here.
20.
20.
Dang.
So between the two of you, as Salai goes up to the tree and you're looking for tracks, right around the same time, you're able to find tracks leading up to the tree, right around the area that Salai comes up to and says, "There seems to be a seam here."
There seems to be a scene.
Seems-
There seems to be a scene
There
here.
seems to be a seam here. Yeah. There seems that there's this tree maybe has a door in it.
I want us to open. Well, before we do that, there could be an alert on the door, perhaps, or something like that.
Check it for traps.
Yeah.
What is that? How do you check for traps?
Check for traps.
Investigation.
It's an investigation check. Who wants to check for traps?
I would like to try.
Trap checking.
Trap checking.
Fucking A, man. 12.
12.
That's a plus 7.
It does not seem to be trapped.
Oh.
You don't see any traps on it.
It's good to go.
In we go.
Say something.
Somebody that's very agile.
Yeah, I don't think you, I don't think you didn't take very long looking for that door.
I trust Sirtis, it's probably fine.
I'm gonna use the coin of all or
Oh, no.
nothingness.
Already.
Just to check for traps.
Do it. Please do it.
So I don't know, I don't have a two-sided die.
You just roll a d4.
Let's call it a coin.
The eagle is the
A two-sided
smiley.
coin.
The eagle is the smiley.
All right, Eagle is smiling. Go for
The
it.
eagle is a smiley.
You discovered a two-sided die.
Frowny face.
Okay. As
No,
you go
I
up,
think Sorthus is right.
as you go up and look into it, and you say, "I think Sirthus is right." You press on it, and a click happens. And as you release, the door springs out into your face.
Right.
And that's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
And you take 6 bludgeoning damage to the nose.
Ouch.
Double damage for
It
that.
wasn't actually trapped. It's just it was a spring-loaded door, and you were a little too close to it.
It's a pull, you guys, not a push.
But as he backs off and it smacks him, it comes open. You see that there are actually some small candles that are along this little staircase that kind of just very steeply descends into the earth through this living tree. There's little candles on the wall as it goes down. They are lit right now. They expect it to come back.
I say somebody stealthy and perceptive should go and
Maybe
check out.
someone disguised as a hobgoblin.
Should I like it up?
Yeah, Shay will
Oh.
happily.
I'll go with you. Yeah.
Okay, roll some stealth checks.
I'm gonna pass without trace on all of us. Does anybody
Who?
else have
Well,
a pass without?
Shay will turn and say, well, if we think this is where they are, this isn't just a pass-through, yes, but otherwise, I think our amazing stealth will be fine. Both of us rolled 8s, by the way.
Okay.
So I got 14.
I got a 17.
17. going down through, you're pretty.
Just humming the humming the James Bond tune. Shay starts.
Like I was thinking, yeah, she's humming James Bond, Roland's humming Mission
Or is it
Impossible.
the Mission
Yeah.
Impossible?
It's like Kronk in the Emperor's New Groove. Get it on theme song.
Yes.
Johnny English.
But as you're pretty confident as you go down that you're pretty quiet. You see some tracks. There's definite lit candles along. It looks like for about 100 feet before you see some stairs go up the other side. But you don't see any individuals in this.
Shay will say, I think this just dips under the
Mhm.
wall and gets us to the other side. Let's check out the stairs.
Yes.
So Shay will start making her way up the stairs
And
and see
roll.
if we run into another door.
Yeah, and Roland will go with her, definitely.
Okay. Going up to the other side, you find much the same type of door. You're not sure what it's inside of as you get to the top, but you see
But
some stone. and
She'll
some dirt.
listen at the door for anything beyond.
All right, make a perception check.
Just a 13.
13.
All right, I'll try my hand at listening.
Okay.
We're both just
Oh, even worse. Oh,
stealth.
6.
Stealthy.
Stealth duo. Yeah.
Stealthy. Listen at you hear what might be some wind through the trees. That's about all you're getting.
to be an air elemental on the other side. No, wait.
Well, that travel here, that wouldn't count as a short rest, would it?
No, because you were traveling. You gotta be doing nothing more strenuous than
Reading.
reading. Yeah, when you're doing a short rest.
Let's go get
I was just
board here. I'll hold the board here.
Just hold it on.
Holding on.
Singing a song.
I'm gonna go back to get everybody, and she's gonna hold the door.
Okay. Roland comes back and gets the rest of you. You all are going down into the tunnel, which is fairly short. It's maybe at most 6 feet tall in
What,
here.
the room in tunnel?
Yes. Crom, you're definitely kind of hunched over. Even Roland, you were kind of, because you're
Yeah.
fairly tall, but not
Yeah.
quite that tall. You're almost brushing your head. Your horns kind of occasionally brush some things hanging down.
Yeah.
You're not quite that tall.
While they were scouting,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to cast alarm by the door.
Okay, so you cast alarm by the door.
It takes me a little while, so
Yeah.
it's like 21 minutes.
Okay. We could say it took some time. Going up, though, to where you find Shay guarding the other door at the opposite side of the tunnel.
If everyone's there, she'll just like try to quietly open the door.
Want me to do it from that really high side?
Sure. You feel confident. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll
Be
try.
really careful with the doors around here.
Well, it'll fly outwards.
And what are you rolling for?
We were rolling for, could it be sleight of hand?
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Quietly creep.
Yeah, slide ahead.
15.
Yeah.
15. Okay.
That's-
As it
that's
opens
gonna
up,
be
there's
good.
no real creak to it. It disturbs a few leaves, kind of that had blown in front of it. So there's a little rustling as it opens up.
Shay's holding an attack from an air element. Just in case.
As it opens up, you don't see anybody there.
They're invisible.
He is there.
So should we go out and do surveillance?
Yeah, I think Quintus would just go out at this point because like, yeah, somebody didn't
All
see.
clear.
Yeah, it's,
Okay. It's the moon is getting lower in the sky at this point in the night. The clouds have really come in, and you're starting to really hear thunder pick up. Occasionally, a splattering of rain is coming through. But yeah, it seems pretty quiet outside the walls here. There's no guard towers near here, as there isn't a main entrance anywhere near this part of the wall. Just the small road that goes around the entire outside of the city walls, and then the forest beyond it after a little bit of a clearing.
what was this door in? Was it another tree?
As you come out, you look behind you and you see that it wasn't in another tree this time, but like cleverly concealed in kind of a small like hillock, kind of like as it opened out, almost like a storm shelter, but with kind of out and up as the door opens. But it had like moss and rocks and things affixed to the door.
I'll just close it back.
Investigation check, looking for any secret doors in here.
Any other secret doors?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
I will leave.
Well, it is still buzzing because you are still near a secret door.
Yeah.
It's been buzzing the entire time.
11.
11. It's hard even to see the door you know is there once it closes.
So
You definitely don't find it anywhere.
We head south.
Yes, now we can continue south, and we know this is the path they've traveled, so we can keep an eye out for tracks down below. I'll see if this guides us from above.
Do what?
Well, you can guide us from above with your familiar. What was its name?
Casilda.
Casilda. It's a beautiful name.
Okay. As Casilda goes up, the surface eyes cloud over. Somebody's guiding you, I'm assuming. Or are you? Because you could get your mount through, I suppose.
Well, if we're sneaking.
It would be pretty hard to get it through, but.
Can you like poof somehow? I can't remember. Oh no, with Find Steve, you can't
No.
dimension them. You could
I don't
just
have-
dismiss
I don't-
and then resummon later.
I don't have the spell slots for that, so the horse is just around somewhere.
But moving south. Are we doing this stealth one?
I guess what I'll have
That's
to
a
do
good
is
idea.
go in and out of my bird, kind of thing.
I can lead you.
Huh?
I can lead you.
Well,
Tie a rope around you.
We can.
And who would
But
like? Because you're gonna be.
If we're sneaking, it's really hard to sneak
Yeah.
while I'm blind.
You
You're
can do it.
stumbling around.
Do
Like,
it.
about an hour in, Shay would
Yeah.
be okay with doing a pass without a trace, but it only lasts for an hour.
And who wants to be looking for tracks and things like that? Who wants to be guiding on the ground?
You get a good survival.
So roll a perception check for Casilda.
This will be the sight or
I've
sound.
got decent survival too.
Hmm.
I don't have
I
it
got
right.
I got a +4.
You're about to have better than mine.
I have
Oh,
+5
okay.
to survival, so I can.
There you go.
Oh,
So
go for it.
we'll
Yeah.
just assist
Check for some-
assist the bard.
Go ahead and roll an advantage since there's several of you looking.
Starving artists gotta have good survival skills.
Alright.
That'd be a little bit-
This comes. It was an 18.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
17.
Okay, 17.
Nice.
Yeah, that's, I had a 16, so that was a 19.
19. Okay.
Nice.
You do manage to find some of what you're pretty sure is the hobgoblin's tracks. And as you make your way through the woods, it's not too dense here. So they're, even in the darkness, you're still able to pick out some here, and then maybe not for a while, but then, there's a broken branch and there's a certain smell that goblinoid people have, and you kind of pick that up every once in a while. So you're able to guide through. About an hour in, you were saying.
Shay
would
will
do a
pass without a trace.
pass without a trace.
Because they said it was a few miles, so.
So everybody gets +10.
Yes.
But about a little after that, Casilda starts seeing what looks like a change in the vegetation. Like there's almost like these dips in the trees ahead, like in the canopy, and they almost look regular. And it seems odd. And as you get closer, Casilda, about 100 or so feet in front of you, or maybe a little less, lands on one of these plants that seems to be a little lower than the tree, and immediately kind of jumps back, and apparently there's thorns on it. And as the rest of you walk up to this area that Surface describes to you. It seems like it's one large, maybe 15-foot tall hedge of thorns that goes in either direction.
Wish we had that druid still.
Yeah, that druid would be able to.
Clear a path for us.
Or just like walk through them or something. Druids.
Or you could burn a hole in it.
This is possible.
There must be a way they got through.
Right.
Yeah.
Burning it probably isn't best. Should I do
I
it?
wasn't really serious.
I mean, you
If
can-
it comes to that.
In bits and places, you can see that there's another side of this hedge, maybe a foot or so through. And it's not like, some of them are thick branches, others are thinner, and it looks like you could push through, but there are a lot of thorns.
I wonder if there's like a magic,
Throw you?
magic word that makes the thorns like
Split.
open up. I don't know if detect magic thorn door is a spell one of us has. Or something.
Speak with the plant.
Actually, I guess detect magic might be helpful, but that only lasts like 10 minutes.
Let's. We could probably push through.
And we have bladed weapons. We could hack through.
Do these thorns seem natural?
They seem a little bit too regular to be what you would call a natural growth. They seem to have been either placed here or coaxed to grow here.
Should we choose a direction and walk around and see if her pendant will find us a secret entrance into them?
Oh yeah.
Crom's just gonna tell you to suck it up and go through the thorns.
Hey, I sort of agree. I think we can push through.
You have fun going through the thorns, Goliath. Some of us can weave in and out.
I can try to hack and slash
You're gonna be
it.
like, burn this shit down.
Hack at it.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my Pearl of Power to get Void Bubble spell back, and I'm going to cast Dimension Door again and just go across and bring one other person who wants to.
You're going to dimension door through?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with
What if it was so thick that we just dimension door into like?
Wait, I can't see the other side.
You could
though.
You
literally
can
just
you can
misty step
glimpse
through.
Oh, that's right.
in the
There
little
you
bit of
go.
moonlight that's coming down. You can glimpse every once in a
I
while.
was wondering if you were
Like it's not too far to the other side. It looks like.
So, who do you want to take? Maybe, like, is Chomsky afraid of the thorn?
Well, seriously,
Crom, are you just gonna
Crom would
hack
have
at
a
it?
hard time getting through there. That's for sure.
Make an attack roll.
Shay's a little weird still, but she could be okay.
16 plus 8.
That hits. Make a damage roll.
How high are they? How tall?
They're good 15 feet tall.
I reroll.
Want to levitate and I check you?
I was thinking about levitate.
Yeah.
We'll have Crom check you.
11.
11 is slashing damage?
Casilda
As you
just like slowly pushing him through the air.
Bring down the Vindicator on the thorns. A good amount of it, like you chop through a good amount. You probably no one could fit through yet, but you can definitely see more through now. Like you're making progress.
Okay.
I suggest we move away from the sound.
Well,
That'll still hit, yeah. I mean, they're thorns. They
If
don't,
she's
they
hacking
don't
through,
move around or.
Yeah,
might as
and they're
well
made
just
of
wait
wood.
for her to.
Yeah, I guess I won't cast Dimension Door.
You're about to cast and all of a sudden
12.
Another 12.
All right. As you do, like you could almost,
Never mind.
like it's still a little bit too narrow at this point, but you can see the other side pretty easily.
20 plus 8.
Yeah,
Natural
that'll
20.
that.
Bam. Problem.
Its Thornbush has like a 5 AC, so.
Dodges somehow.
13.
13. And as you do, like this little part, like doorway that you've carved out in 3 strokes, it looks big enough. Like if you ducked, you could fit through it without a problem.
Okay.
So
I ducked through.
you ducked
Alright, I
through.
crawl in behind her.
Yes,
Yeah.
good work.
Excellent.
And as you come out the other side, it's a little bit of a clearing, and more trees start after it. So
And Pass Without a Trace is going, so I'm
Yeah.
guessing we're stealthing forward.
are you
but-
stealthing forward? Yes.
Yes.
Everybody roll a stealth check real quick. Plus 10.
Plus 10.
Still
everybody.
cheating.
Just
cheating.
what's this?
Should I use the coin? No.
Oh, rolling is the. Well, not too bad, actually.
34 for Shay, 22 for.
26.
25.
25. Okay, you did pretty good. So you're able to move for about the next quarter mile, not quite quarter mile, you're able to move pretty freely until you come to another wall of thorns. This one even a little thicker.
Oh, it's a bitch. These thorns.
With my bird, how many did I see?
And it's interesting because it doesn't look like they're all straight. It looks like almost maze-like in some ways. Like they go in different curves and different lines.
Is there
And we still have Galen with us, don't we?
You still do have Galen.
Can
He's
we
just
try-
kind of stumbling
Yeah,
along
can we
behind.
try-
Like,
I guess
Just tied to my horse.
I'll ask him
tied to the horse.
if, just to nod his head if we are going in the right direction.
He's never been this way.
He
Okay, it's
shrugs
not-
his
Yeah, he-
shoulders and just kind
Yeah,
of.
he handed it off to the guy.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Well,
You guys want
does
me to hack?
Sally see any footprints?
I'll look for
Make
Is there
a
tr-
make a survival check.
Yes,
Yeah.
assist. Right.
You want to assist?
Yeah, if you want to assist.
It's an 18.
18?
I don't need to
Yeah,
assist.
you're- So you don't
It's a lot of
see any
damage.
tracks like the ones you have been following anymore right in this area, having cut through part of the, you're not on the same trail anymore. You do notice that the forest here, even with the wind and things like that, just seems quieter than it had outside the thorns.
I'm a little scared, friends. I don't know what the way. Is this still the forest? Are we somewhere else, perhaps? Because there's no tracks here, but it's also really quiet, eerily quiet. Too quiet.
I think all we can do is press forward.
Hacking.
Is Chroma, I see nothing wrong with
18.
your
Yeah,
previous.
just assume you're gonna hit every time, so go ahead and roll
Okay.
damage.
She rolls a billion damage.
9.
9 and
She's gonna
9,
frenzy attack the bush.
13,
And-
11.
16.
16. Okay, I need a little more.
Chainsaw.
12.
Yeah, okay. With that, Crom cuts through this one as well, and you're able to get through. Coming through on the other side, it's a little bit the same. The forest seems to be closing in a little bit here, like it's getting a little denser. And after about 100 yards or so, you come across what looks like the remains of a deer. There's not much that remains of it. Like
In
not
the
even,
thorns?
not in the thorns, in the forest between kind of thorns here. There's not much, and when I say remains, it's not like it's been a skeleton that's been mostly picked clean. Not even, there's large chunks just taken out of this deer, bones and all.
Can I?
Most of it is gone. A little bit of the back, the head is still left, but that's, one of the back legs.
Can I look for bite marks and see if I can tell what animal
Yeah, make a
it is
nature
or
check.
how big it is? 16 plus 7.
16 plus 7,
It's gonna have to be
23.
very, very specific.
This, looking at it, the creature that did this is fairly large. Whatever creature did this could possibly get you in one bite.
There's a big creature out here that could possibly get me in one bite.
Just from some things you've seen, some things you've heard, things you've seen in books, things like that. It's something with very sharp teeth. Yeah.
Can I look around for its
Wow.
footprints also?
Footprints.
Or
Yeah, go for it.
Any mark of where this beast came from?
Make a survival
Can
check.
I just smell, if I smell anything or hear anything?
Yeah,
got
go ahead
13.
and make a perception check. You got a 13? You don't see anything. It's strange actually with this. Okay. With this amount of violence it looks like it happened, you would expect to see tracks of whatever predator did this. You don't see a single track.
Maybe something flying.
Preface is
Um,
back. 24 total.
24 total.
It could be.
Okay.
My
You don't
friend.
necessarily see, hear, or smell anything very out of place. However, you have noticed as you've been going through the thorns, things have started to smell slightly more swampy. And even the ground has become a little bit spongy, and some of the undergrowth has changed to what you would expect to see maybe in a wetter area.
Yeah, there's something big around here. Maybe we should.
Do you have that map handy? Or do we have a map?
You do have a map that you've been carrying.
Maybe someone should cast Tiny Hut.
It looks a lot like
Should
this.
rest up.
Yeah, I love this map.
Well,
Crawls into the house.
weren't we supposed to be trying to catch
Onto
these
the
people?
image.
I think they're long gone. We should probably rest up because
Pictures of
this thing can take us.
We should at least try and find where it is they met. Because if we come out here and it was for nothing, then this was all just a waste. And the more we wait, the more likely it is that there will be no tracks or they are not there. So we've found 2 walls of thorns, so we must be somewhere in the right direction.
Where were we? Crom would know. Crom has a good
Yes, so
memory.
Singhorn, where is it?
Right here.
Singhorn is right there. So you're a little bit south of Singhorn, further, a few miles south of Singhorn, not even very far on the map.
Okay.
So. Yes. So what would you like to do?
I
Keep
mean,
going.
just keep
Keep
going
going.
forward.
Yeah,
Keep
keep
forward
going.
stealthily
Stealthily. Okay.
with our really good stealth.
So you go forward some more. Before even another 100 yards is up, you come to another thorn wall.
This is ridiculous.
Is this one bigger?
It's about the same size, maybe slightly thicker going through, but
Well,
they seem fairly regular, almost. Not in spacing, but in size.
This place is got lots of layers of protection.
it's an onion.
Yes.
Well, there must be something at its center then. They have to be protecting something.
More onion usually.
Onion is delicious.
Well.
Yes, our
Crom,
same,
you're
same
up.
solution.
Let's keep going. Wait.
So this is
So Crom hits 5 times and makes it through the thorn.
Oh.
You're-
sorry.
I don't know
We're
if
going
I mean,
through
anyone
more
else
doors.
could do this as well.
Yeah.
We just, like, this seems like a
There
Crom
was-
thing.
How much
Oh, I
was the
don't
area
know.
can I actually see from my burn if you were max range was 100 feet, like straight up?
Yeah. Like you can go
to plant creatures and plants.
because an owl can see pretty well, but you can see a ways. in-
13,
in
17.
darkness and everything.
Can I see like a maze?
11.
Yeah, as you're seeing it, it's kind of a maze-like. It's hard to get high enough to see the whole layout of the maze, but you can see when you do when she
Is there
does.
It keeps being referred to as a maze. Is there an entrance?
Yeah, we made an entrance.
I mean,
You made an entrance.
I mean, that is one way of getting to the center
We're
of the
doing
maze.
the shortest distance,
Yeah, the
straight
classic
through.
handmade
Straight line.
solution.
Yeah.
Just
Go
through
through.
bushes.
How you always win the corn maze is just go.
So I got like 16, 13, and 11.
Yeah. That,
Not how
once
you're supposed
again,
to do
carving
this.
through, you're getting used to this. And as you step through on the other side, it's straight. Your foot goes kind of straight through about 6 inches into what you thought was firm ground.
Ew.
And it's just kind of this tepid water.
I don't think
It's even a little bit warm, which is strange because this is, getting to be the beginning of winter here. And it's pretty cool out.
Ew. Gross.
At this point, the rain has started to come down a little bit more than just a splatter here and there. Like it's starting to become something a little bit steady. And it looks like you're headed into kind of a swampy, very humid, slightly warmer area in here. Like it doesn't all seem to be swamp, but it's definitely difficult terrain.
Game terms.
Yes, in game terms, and in real life terms, it's difficult terrain.
Well, I guess we should try to take any kind of, like, the higher areas. I don't know if there's like land-ish,
You might be able to. Yeah. You gotta make somebody will have to make a survival check to kind of one more to
Navigate.
choose a path.
Select. I'll look for
Because I mean, it could be one of those swamps where everything is just kind of like there's just
Okay.
one terrain. It's all
Yeah.
in 6 inches of water kind of thing, or
I mean,
one of the ones where there's like pools and land. And pools.
In the darkness, like you're able to keep somewhat out of the water, but it's hard to find your way through this without having to go through some time.
It's just,
And it's also hard to see exactly what is mossy vegetation floating on water and what actually is. None of it's very deep, but you all are mostly soaked just up past your knees.
yeah. So screw
Some
it
of
at that
you
point.
further.
Yeah, I'm like
pretty
up to my
soon.
waist.
Yeah, you're like up to chest level on Chomp. At least up to waist level on like this. You're pretty wet and cold. Everything's kind of squishy as you walk, which you're doing very quietly still.
All right. Further towards
Just keep
the
swimming.
center.
Yeah.
All right.
Almost
Down.
Towards the center.
This isn't ominous.
This
or
isn't
We
ominous at
boring.
all.
haven't found anything to tell us otherwise,
Yeah.
so just keep swimming.
You found a torn apart deer and regular head walls. But yes, after about another 200 yards or so, you come to another one more. And on this one though, which you hadn't noticed on any of the others, you can almost see that it seems to disappear before too long, even before it gets into the darkness. You can see a little bit of a curvature to it, like it seems to be wrapped around something in a smaller circle here.
Do you see anything? Are you still in your bird thing?
Yeah, I'm going in and out of my bird.
So,
but-
and Casilda sees that inside this, it's more clear. The forest thins out within this, and this looks like it's, as far as she can see, what you might call a center to whatever this is. There's a small hill, with a rocky hill with some trees around it and on top of it, and a pool next to the hill.
I will relay this to everybody. We may have found the center of the maze.
Let's go that way then.
All right, chopping through. I'm not gonna make you roll again.
Oh.
Chopping through, you come out on the other side. It's still fairly swampy, but it almost immediately you can see further. There's fewer trees. The center near the hill you can see is mostly open grass. Some reeds here and there where the water's deeper, and a large pool next to the hill. It looks like the pool backs up to some type of rock formation on the hill that's kind of hidden in shadow in the moonlight.
I just realized like we didn't
Can we-
exactly get
Can we
listed
ask
up.
That would be pretty.
Galen if he knows anything about this area? I know he's never been here, but like, does he know of the terrain? Like, if you keep going south, this is what happens to the area. No.
Perhaps. So we do not uncag him, see if this could just
Yes,
sneak in
no.
this question.
I mean,
Up to
what-
20
He has
feet
no
around.
idea.
asking him a yes or no question, he just shakes his head. And he doesn't seem to know.
Should just kill him. He hasn't been useful.
He hasn't been useful.
10 minutes.
Use him as monster bait.
Yeah.
Well, so there's
Well,
this
it's
rock formation up ahead.
Vertically 20
Mhm.
feet.
And everything
then
kind of gets clearer.
On each of my turns.
Shay will just kind
Go
of
20
like
more feet.
nudge roll on.
Get pretty high with that.
Should we scout ahead?
Seems good to me.
And when the spell ends, I flip gently back
So,
down.
Really, so you can
Well,
go full 10
Shay,
up.
Shay needs to be
You
within
can get
range
really
of
good look,
everybody
but
to
we
keep
have
Yeah.
this without a trace.
You have
So
night
maybe
vision?
you just scout ahead.
Yep.
Okay, I'll scout
Or-
ahead.
We may need to,
Okay,
even with night
go ahead.
vision, we may have to wait for day shift. Day shift.
24.
Days.
24.
Daylight.
So moving out along, you manage to skirt past most of the water along this large pool into coming up to, as you get closer to this rock formation, you see that it looks like the large mouth of a cave. A fire looks like it's burning a little bit inside, just a very small flame. And you see a figure, a humanoid figure. It seems to be standing, looking into the fire.
Okay. How far am I from the
You're
cave?
still about 50, 60 feet from the humanoid figure in the fire.
It looked like a spirit animal was a blue dragon.
Gotta go through me really quickly. I guess I'll go up as far as the mouth of the cave.
Okay, that will bring you within about 40 feet of the fire.
Okay.
Make a perception check to see if you can see anything more distinct.
Yes, 19.
19 perception checks.
Oh, yeah.
You
Traffic,
recognize the figure.
Old blue dragon. That was
Oh,
my
snap.
Oh boy.
What?
She's standing well dressed in her nice clothes, but it looks like the Lady Tegan.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was the one from Galen's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Oh yes.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna scoot back a little, and with my ring, I'm gonna whisper the Lady Tegan is inside.
No, was she the same one? She's not the same one we saw at the party. We saw a different noble woman at the
Lady
party.
Tegan
Yeah, we
was
saw the
human, and she was
High Lord.
really, Galen was really happy to
Right,
see her.
right.
Cool.
So
What was your stuff?
It
It was 24, right?
24,
Yeah. Okay, just making sure.
she rolled some bomb perception, but not quite good enough.
So, you come
Oh.
back and tell us, or you tell us through the ring? or
I'm telling you
something?
through the ring.
So-
Shay will just say.
So if we probably all just look at Galen?
Which he can't, he doesn't
Yeah,
know what's going
yeah,
on,
he
because
doesn't-
he couldn't hear. Yeah.
Galen, what would you do if I told you that Lady Tegan is here?
Yes or no question.
He kind of just looks between you. What, not like this, because his hands are tied together, but.
I guess we pull the...
Well,
you
you're
can
gonna
scream.
speak in his mind.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Can you hear his mind if he responds?
No.
No. Well,
I can just
No, he's speaking
talk
to
to them.
Okay, how about this?
We don't need to speak.
Did you know that the magic items you were given to the hobgoblins were going to Lady Tegan? You can nod.
Just shakes his head no.
How about we go? Why would we sneak up and have a conversation?
Why would there be a, if they know each other, why would there be a middleman of hobgoblins?
Because,
She needs the subterfuge, maybe.
yeah.
We are making a big assumption. Also,
Yes,
what exactly is she doing here, and why is she in that cave alone?
Could somebody ask Roland if he sees anyone else in there? If not, I don't understand why we don't just go have a civil conversation with
So I use pyrotechnics on the campfire.
Dancing
and
light.
Yeah, I've got those grenades.
Yeah.
How far away is she?
Shock it all.
She's a ways, I mean, she's, the hill in the middle of this area with the cave in it is, which is strange, because there's not a whole lot of hills around. It just kind of rises out of nowhere. It's a good 150 meters off
Or I could go in
200 meters
as
off.
a hobgoblin.
Yeah.
from where you are all.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we
Carrying
were...
the stuff that you were supposed to bring her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could do that. Perhaps dragging Galen with. Well, no, there's no reason to do that. Yeah, so all of you wait by the cave mouth, and I will approach.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else roll
Is he
your
going-
stealth check again
is he
for
going to go
just
see
seeing
me?
how-
Do I need
No,
to
when I
roll
get
once
within
I'm already up there?
60 feet.
Do we still have pass without trace?
Also, with
You do, I believe, because
Yes.
yeah, 'cause
Yeah, it lasts for an
Shay's
hour.
there. It lasts for an hour.
Cool. Cool. Plus 10, everybody.
Do I need to roll one since I'm already up in the
No,
cave?
because you're already up there, and so you've already rolled for this.
23.
23?
17.
17?
26.
26?
29.
29?
26 for Shay.
Alright.
And then Quintus is just walking up. I guess somebody can start
Right.
back.
Yeah, you have the bag and whatever, you know, we're just gonna go to the
Okay. With the magic items.
Well, everybody keeps their magic items. I've just got the bag.
Yeah.
So, you're walking up to her?
Yes, everybody else was going to be around the cave entrance. Okay.
All right.
And as a hobgoblin, Quintus was going to walk up and approach the fire.
Okay. So walking up, approaching the fire, she kind of looks over her shoulder at you as you start getting nearby. And says, finally. Yes, I expected you sooner than this. Please, this is strange though. Something seems very off. Where are the rest of you?
Well, some more are coming. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, trying to.
Yeah, just trying to do anything. More are coming, but apparently that hey, the feminine one who hands off the items to us, he set a trap.
The feminine one.
Interesting. What is- I feel like something is wrong here. And as she turns more towards you, kind of backlit by the fire, you see that.
Sorry.
What's going on?
As she does that,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to extinguish the campfire.
Oh no.
Okay. You extinguish it with thaumaturgy? Or with
control
with
flames.
control flames.
Far out.
Yeah, that's right. As it goes out behind, this is actually more dramatic. You see very clearly. The rest of you see though as well. Two glowing green eyes, where her eyes are. And that's where we're gonna end this week because that's
Probably can see in the dark.
The cleric's in
Wasn't
danger.
Oh no.
Why did you send the cleric?
Because he
I
looks
make
like
poor
a
decisions.
goblin. We're like,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because he wants to fit in.
I haven't taken any damage. So.
That's true. That's true. I did not expect you guys to go right out into the woods, so this is going to be interesting.
Oh God, yes.
There's your.
I got a lead. I had to chase it.
Yeah, I started thinking like,